Major Arena Soccer League 2 action on the St. Louis Ambush YouTube page. It's Ambush 2 versus the Muskegon Risers. Joey Zanaboni, Matt Rocchio on the call for you as we christen an M2 season.
Absolutely, getting started here after their inaugural season last year. And what a better way to get started with just this new umbrella of the MASL. 80 teams, 4 leagues across 2 countries, and here we are getting the MASL 2 season started for your St. Louis Ambush 2 squad.
A2 finished with 4 wins in the North Division last year, qualified for the playoffs. A2 now coached by Corey Adamson, taking the reins from Donnie Alberti. Alberti alongside head coach of the M1 team, Jeff Locker, on the bench with Jamie Swanner as well. For the Ambush 2 Muskegon Risers, they are already on the field in those slime green uniforms. Muskegon last year had 3 wins and finished in 4th in the North Division. Ambush will be in the pink, looking to close this doubleheader with a W after the MASL Ambush fell 7-6 to the Milwaukee Wave earlier this afternoon.
Going to be key here for the Ambush, trying to walk away with a split between the Wave and the Ambush organizations, as again the Wave slink away with a 7-6 victory from today's game in the M1 action. So the Ambush looking to get a little M2 revenge here. And some of the big scoring names from the M2 last year for the Ambush 2, like Louis Perez, the late season addition of Amon Mervin, who came on late. Both of them have returned for the M2. And of course you'll see at times an M1 player, Tristan Austin, one of the biggest players for the Ambush 2 today.
Austin's in the center circle, about ready for the opening tap. Jose Ogaz is the keeper behind him. On the other side for the Risers, it's Tyler Howard between the pipes. A2 season underway, Ambush 2 and Risers 2. Ogaz, who's played at the MASL level, takes his time, jars it forward for Austin, ends up clipping off the head of Paco Gutierrez, out of bounds. Ambush free kick.
And ball takes a little longer to cycle back into the field of play during this game.
Thanks to all the fans who stuck around after the MASL game. Tickets for the MASL action get you into a doubleheader for this M2 action as well. Kyle Crane, Ambush on the attack. It's pushed back through Jonah Dancer. Kwame Ngwa off the board. Dancer leaving for a friend, Josh Zidek. Plays it safe, plays it back. Ogaz directing traffic as Ahmad Mervin, one of the stars of last year's team, tracks back for him. Sluiced forward Zidek. Kwame under heavy pressure from Kyle Crane. Ambush being pushed steadily back. Pass for Austin intercepted, and a fan punches it as it flew over the board. Fan in a KISS t-shirt, I may add. He's shaking out his fist a little bit. I think that was when they bargained for punching that ball.
That ball's a lot tougher than you think, Joey. I mean, last year you and I practiced some headers, and my neck was hurting afterwards. That ball's tougher than you think.
Sounds like it's starting a lawsuit. Don't file it against me, Matt. This broadcast booth cannot be broken up by meaningless litigation.
It was all by my own volition. No lawsuit there, Joey.
Louis Perez in on the action. Ball gets bumped by Amir Rados. Tough work to center it, though, for Luis Felipe. He tracks back, gets in front of the Muskegon attack. Gutierrez text messages back through Taylor Pill. 2 minutes into the M2 season for the Ambush 2 and the Muskegon Risers, I should say. The Riders with the ball right now, the Risers. Last place last year, only 1 game has been played in this division so far. Louis gets a head back to it, drops to Moses Crawford. Perez, another star. Got a chance at the MASL level late in the season last year. Pattonville legend. Brother Miggy has played with the MLS team here in the St. Louis area. And Cody Loss slips it back over the equator. Jair Real plays it into the corner.
Yeah, Louis Perez joined the club a little bit late last season, but now the longest tenured Perez with the St. Louis squad, as brother Miguel was on loan the entire season. But Louis right back here with the Ambush 2 again for another season after being their leading scorer last year.
Two brothers who broke each other's scoring records at Pattonville not all that long ago. Louis the older finding a home with the Ambush. Loss pushes it across. Crawford into the corner. Real tried to close in. Ogaz and Toenail clippers it loose. Ambush at the controls. 11:52. Nico Spiros Caritas calling for guys to get set up.
Did you just make up his middle name?
I believe Spiros may be another moniker he goes by. That's what he goes by on Instagram. Nico has played at the MASL level. Shoots that one forward, maybe looking for DJ Clark. Hits off the edge of the glass. Gets to the fans.
Just kind of a feeling out process. Both these teams knocking the rust off, starting a new season here. And it just seems like two teams that don't yet have that killer instinct yet.
Clark and Brennan Austin swarming the ball. Brennan's brother Tristan swipes it away. And it'll be pushed on back for this Ambush team. I think you're right. It's just a probing effort right now, kind of seeing where everybody's at. Got a chance maybe to get out to an early lead. Brennan has it taken away. Mike Howell gets swished back to the gold line. And Tristan stepping toward it. It's 22 Real at the center stripe. And poke forward. Mike Howell off the board against Brennan Austin. Takes it into the corner. Howell. Pill with the pill. And playing back and forth out of the midfield. Into the corner. Crane. Body down low. Looking for his own space. And Tristan pushes it back, and the Risers have to go back onto their own end.
Now, just like the Ambush, you might have seen some of these names with the Risers in a regular Milwaukee game, as we've seen Cody Loss, Mike Howell, Taylor Pill, Tyler Howard. These are all guys we've seen at times in wave jerseys, and so same thing with the Ambush, having Tristan Austin, Nico Karaditis, and players like that shift downwards. And we'll talk about it a little bit later how the Ambush has officially quantified
we'll be talking
that.
about that later as well. Luis Felipe firing the cannon like a psychotic Revolutionary War reenactor. No doubt about it. Keeper got mitts. The top shelf got the ball.
Great build up there, but it really was just a turnover by the defense that looked like that might have been former MASL 1 player Tyler Howard on that turnover there for the Risers, and that is a great job there by Luis Felipe, number 90, stepped right into that one and burned the keeper to his right.
Mervin will pick up the assist, and it's a great start for A2. Ambush 2-1. Muskegon Risers nothing, just past the 5-minute mark. And can we pour it on? This one's off of Clark's heel and out of play.
And Joy, I do want to point out last year, we saw already in today's earlier M1 game the dynamism of a Ryan Kidu. Well, last year, while Louis Perez was the leading scorer for the Ambush 2, the most dynamic players on the Ambush were two late arrivers, and they were Ryan Kidu and Amon Mervin. So you already seen the way that Kidu has been able to prove himself as an M1 level player, and Amon Mervin is only, I think, a few months away from getting a full-time call-up from M2 to M1 because he is a talented player. He's active all across the carpet, and he's able to finish, and he's able to, be a playmaker as well as he picks up the assist on that goal. Amon Mervin, a lot of things to come in his future in the Ambush organization.
Yeah, really impressed with him in the few games that we were able to call for this team last year. This is a foul on Muskegon that's going to throw some water onto their fire, looking to come back in the early stages. Austin Salazar is the goalie right now for Muskegon. A little bit earlier, and there's been some numbers fun with these jerseys. I think we said Tyler Howard. He is still, as listed, a defender for Muskegon. Up and out into the first row. Muskegon wanted a call. Instead, the Pink will get it deep in our own zone. Jose Ogaz in net on our side. Ogaz relatively untested. This one goes too far for the liking of the referees, and we'll have to bring it all the way to the other side. 3-line pass. Sets it up on the top of the zone. It will go to the yellow line, and the wall goes to the top of the bow. 1-0, 8:26 left in the first.
Don't be confused. There are two 17s on the field right now for the Risers. One in goal, one out in the outfield.
Isn't that a movie, 17 Again? Isn't that a Zac Efron
yes,
movie?
Yes, well, I see it more as a Matthew Perry movie, but, you know, different strokes for different folks, Joey.
Of course. Could it be any more obvious?
Nicely done. Nicely done. All right. Rest in power, Matthew Perry.
Joey Zanavoni, Matt Rocchio, reading the script of a Friends episode for you.
I could do that all day long. Both of us could, Joey, me and you.
Tristan DeNico, Mirados.
I remember going to school and me and you talking about the series finale of Friends in our 7th grade homeroom.
I think that is a memory that I have as well. I think it's a memory I have. I'd have to dig around for it.
Am I incepting you right now?
Louis Perez.
This is how you do it, ladies and gentlemen.
He incepts
you get somebody in
Taylor Pill.
You get somebody in the throes of their 5th quarter of indoor soccer on a Sunday, and then as that moment, they are more inceptible than ever. Leo was wrong. You don't need to do the whole dream thing. You just need 5 quarters of indoor soccer.
Matt Rocchio penetrating subconsciouses across the nation as we broadcast live on the St. Louis Ambush YouTube page. Crane had something like entry. Now Luis Felipe, the goal scorer.
You ever studied subliminal messaging?
I've practiced it. I haven't studied it.
I've studied a little bit too, but I didn't mean to.
That's clever from Matt Rocchio. It's clever as well in the pass to Mirados. Feel free to grab my shoulder anytime, Matt. Just start squeezing if you need a laugh. That's right. It's all right to laugh into the microphone. And Clark.
But it's never okay to sing into the microphone, ladies and gentlemen. Unless you're being paid for that purpose.
Yeah, if I get a song that I recognize, I might have to break into song. We're going to break into the first quarter official timeout. Ambush 1, Muskegon Risers nothing. First game of the M2 season for both of these teams. Ambush off to a good start. Fans here at Family Arena out in greater force for that MASL game. Thanks to all the fans who have stuck around as Adamson gathers the guys up. The new coach before the Ambush, he's not just a soccer coach and a soccer player, a former one. He's also kicked professionally in Arena League football, 2-sport pro. He was a kicker with the St. Louis Attack and the River City Raiders. On the other side, Muskegon, they've got one of the funnest names for a head coach, I think, in all of professional soccer. This is Michael Bugart. It's not Bogart, I believe. It's spelled like Bugart. Name that comes in handy around Halloween, I'm sure. He's got his slime green team gathered round.
Something to watch here, Joey. He's right next to the Muskegon bench. Obviously, no shocking there. They got nothing else to do. The victorious Wave team is in the group of stands right next to the bench, so they got their M1 cheering group right next to him.
Saw Mo NDI sticking around for a little while as well, watching this game. I'm sure these Ambush players.
I think you can eye a couple of Ambush players scattered across the stands watching this game, watching their past and future teammates. Again, a guy like Ryan Keed who makes the jump last year. As you watch these players now, wondering which one of a future M1 St. Louis Ambush 1 player are we watching right in front of our eyes.
And it'll be interesting to see if maybe that's Ogaz. He's played at the MASL level. Ambush just debuted Poyo Cortez today in support of the Brazilian Rob Lowe, Paulo Nascimento. Ambush goalies did allow 7 goals in a 7-6 loss. That Wave team that's gathered around in their distinctive black and gold warm-ups around that Muskegon bench. Adamson's got him how he wants them. We're coming out of the official timeout. First quarter M2 action. St. Louis Ambush YouTube page. Ball will be restarted from the corner. Clearance opportunity for the Risers.
And we're getting some Ambush 2 players making their first appearances on the carpet for this season. Mike Utley in the game, as well as Lucas Sanchez getting their first rotations out there.
Sanchez pressuring the ball. Trap sprung, but Muskegon escorts it through. Loss rolls it up the board. Lost in the middle by Francisco Calabrese. Utley gets his first touch.
Cody Loss.
Take by Zidek.
Cody Loss is an unfortunate name for a defender in soccer.
It really is. Didn't want to say it. I know what it's like to have a name that sounds like something else. Ball bounces up to the head of Mike Howell.
You and MLB pitcher Homer Bailey both.
Well, people love it when you have a name that vaguely resembles a large piece of machinery. Somewhere out there in YouTube TV land, there's a guy named John Baldozer that knows exactly what I'm talking about.
To that point, every time I watch the Milwaukee Wave, I can't help but think about watching someone cook my food in front of me. He's a really good goaltender, but that's the second thing I think about every time.
Calabrese out to Niall Torricelli on the tank. Zidek going to work again.
Really impressive job there by the ambush 2 to break that press there. Paco Gutierrez does a great job for Muskegon to get in there on that press, but really great job passing away. They almost rolled that one.
And more.
They almost rolled that one just across the line, Joey.
Great back heel. Unfortunately, ambush don't cash. And Tristan twirling out of trouble. Feed back through Kwame. And Felipe up top, the goal scorer to Tristan Austin. Bit of space, turnage, stopped up by Salazar. And Karate kicked out of the trouble by Paco Gutierrez. Muskegon, no numbers. Howell stopped to the circle. And Tristan slides forward to Louis. Perez went down, no whistle. Got tangled up there with, it looked like Calabrese. He was back to his feet. Howell up the wall. Tristan Austin all over the place. Finds Louis Perez. Turn and burn, baby!
Paco Gutierrez just a step too late on that one, and that's all Louis Perez needed to make this turn and finish this one. Again, Gutierrez inches away. Salazar tries to go low, but the entire time Louis Perez is going high on that one where Mama keeps the cookies, and that's where he put that one in the ambush 2, out to a 2-0 lead early here. A big start for Corey Adamson in the group.
Really a perfect start. Comes at the 10-minute mark. We slip under 5 left in the second quarter.
And sometimes you just gotta capitalize on your opponent's mistake. Bad turnover there in their own zone for Muskegon, and it's just a beautiful pass there. Louis Perez is positioned exactly how he needed to be, and like you said, a perfect finish.
Late in this first quarter. We're 5 quarters into the doubleheader. The first quarter about to expire. Maybe before Muskegon can really find any momentum. That ball almost finding Brennan Austin.
Yeah, a lower bounce, a little less English on the ball there from that back pass from Utley. And it's probably another third goal for the ambush because they got Salazar to come off his line. Austin had a man across his face that he was looking to pass it to. He just couldn't get up there.
Real in a one-horse open sleigh gets the benefit of a call on a handball by the ambush. Luis Alberto stifled by a sword-fishing Brennan Austin. Banged out of the box by the ambush defense. Chased down.
One of the cleanest indoor slide tackles you'll ever see from Brennan Austin on that one.
Less than 4 in this first. Elevation by Caritas. Bumps it down with the head, gathered by Real against Clark.
Every ambush 2 player just making the right play right now. Nico Caritas goes flying up for that header, cutting away the attack, taking away the dangerous part of it. They have to reset now to try to do anything, get past this shell.
Risers. Alberto. Pass stolen away in deep. Well done. The takeaway was by Utley. He's let out by Clark. Gets away from the ball to the bench and moves into the corner. Good service. Mervin had a friend down deep, Sanchez, who lofted it back across the box. Comes to naught, though, for the ambush. Loss off the wall. Alberto ricochets back to Loss. Pieced across the box. Ogaz deprives Alberto on the feed from Loss. Muskegon regathers. Big save from Ogaz. Dare I say, he looked like William Bonahene the way he was sliding out after that. Willie B, the goalie of the Wave. It's kind of his signature.
Textbook way of making your body as big as possible, like you're fighting a brown bear.
Howell goes down. Zidek is saying, what did I do?
Excuse me, I got my bear advice, Joey. Sorry. You're supposed to play dead for black bears. You're supposed to get big and try to scare off the brown bear. No, I got it right. We're good.
You
We're good.
you got to reverse there.
No.
You play dead against a grizzly. You fight the black bear.
You're right. I did get it reversed. You're correct.
That is the correct way.
We got to get our bear advice correct.
I took a bear safety course when I was 19.
So brown bears you hide
in Kirkwood.
And black bears who are smaller and more skittish, you get big and you try to scare them away.
That's right, because deep down they're cowards, is what they say. But it's hard to distinguish sometimes between a grizzly and a black bear.
It's the hump. You got to look for the hump on the back of the neck for the brown bear.
The hump and the larger haunches.
Ah, there you go. And if you see a polar bear, you're done.
Cash it out. Swimming.
Cash it out and call the loved ones.
Pill puts it across the box. Ambush reject 218 as we give you the bear safety advice.
I don't want to get it
St.
wrong,
Louis Ambush
Joey.
YouTube page. Yeah, that's
it's dangerous.
That would make you liable.
Exactly.
There,
That's what I'm saying. It's like the whole president in a swimsuit or a.
I
was going to say seatbelt.
Partial clear and then a block. Ball ends up rainbowed out over the frame. Ambush clearance.
The whole thing about the president getting sued because he made a joke about not wearing your seatbelt.
Well, the ambush get a chance to get it out as Matt Rocchio puts the image of a president in a swimsuit in our heads.
They used to have a swimming pool in the White House. That's not my fault.
All right.
It happened.
I like this. You don't want anybody, though, eventually saying as they're attacked by a bear, well, I remember on that M2
exactly
broadcast many years ago, Rocchio said just play dead against the black bear when they had a chance to fight him off.
I don't think that's going to be the issue. I think it might be the trying to get big and fight the brown bear that might be the bigger problem.
Yeah, that would be the worst part of it. Louis has it stolen away, yanked away deep. Crane won't get out. Tristan Austin really having his way in this game. Less than 90 seconds in the change jar, first quarter.
You know, we talk, you know, there definitely is a pipeline to get players up, but there are all sometimes you see an M1 player playing down, and sometimes they do kind of jump out, and you can tell their ability to control the ball, control space, work the ball in the phone booth really separates sometimes the M1 from the M2 players.
Small spaces, for sure. Fikret Hasovic in a small space. Ambush win it away. Slips down to about a minute. Kwame sends it into the corner. Salazar comes out, gets whirled around, ball pops up. It's coming back to the top of the zone for the ambush. Opportunity with 58.9 seconds left in quarter one. Ambush and Muskegon Risers. First game of the M2 season for both of these teams. And this is going to be placed for the St. Louis right at the top of the bow. Zidek.
Inside the last minute here, this could be huge going in 3-0.
Very softly done. And Tristan Austin. How about that?
And it was his control separating him from the rest of the roster earlier on when we were talking about it, Joey, but it's his finishing that separates him there. The ball's on the tee. Pretty simple play there. Give it to one of your best players with the ball right in front of him. He can step right into it. He's got the entirety of the goal to work with. He can go short post if he wants to. He can go upper 90 on the long side, and that's exactly where Tristan Austin decided to put it, and man, did he place that shot perfectly. 3-0 lead for the ambush. 2 closing out this first quarter.
He's been the best player on the field, so he deserves it. Ooh, what a big takeaway. Ambush having their way every which way as Rados stole the ball, came bursting through, ends up on the floor.
Yep.
Ends up with the ambush on a power play.
And you got to give Mike Howell you got to hit Mike Howell with the blue card there. By the way, an M1 player, he knows what he's doing at this level, but that one, he's just trying to save his team. He pulls down the attacker like that on that one, like you said, Rados, and just an easy blue card call. Anytime you're seeing the jersey get stretched that way, seeing a player get pulled down, clearly going a little bit too far for Mike Howell, and a chance here for the ambush. I thought it was going to be 3-0. I thought you were going to be happy going into the break here, but with 43 seconds left, a man up and a ball in an opportune position here, I'm saying you're not happy unless it's 4-0.
See if maybe we do something similar. Slide it off to the side. Tristan Austin set up way out on the wing.
Yeah, you got Caritas and Dancer right here at the top of your screen, or the bottom of your screen, I should say, both of them with no one near them.
Slid to Nico. Hits the bottom of the bar. Out to Tristan. Half volley. Helicopters wildly out.
This close from cashing the bet on that one, Joey, as Caritas had a perfect opportunity. And again, an interesting move there by Muskegon to say, you know what, we don't care how far the shot is. We're going to give them a free shot from deep like that. And it almost bit him there as Caritas only caught bar, separating him from burying that one behind Salazar.
Could very well be
Whew,
a 4-0 game. Less than 40 until the second quarter, when we'll be delighted to pass off the play-by-play to Matt Rocchio. He's going to lead you through the second and third. It's Austin getting the ball just on the Muskegon end. Pushes back through Caritas, the man who just missed. Dancer. Sizik back and forth as we slip toward 10. And Caritas. Dancer off the wall through the box, wanted Tristan Austin. Disrupted by Green. Austin chops it back in the final second. There was a whistle, a second or a fraction of a second before the horn. It does look like this will end the quarter. Ambush 2, a fantastic start. Up 3-0 on Muskegon. You're watching M2 action on the St. Louis Ambush YouTube page.
Restore Chesterfield is the official wellness and recovery center for your St. Louis Ambush. We offer cryotherapy, IV drips, hyperbaric oxygen, and so much more. Bring your ticket stub and receive one free core service. See you soon, and go Ambush!
And we're back here from the Family Arena as the St. Louis Ambush 2 have a 3-0 lead over the visiting Muskegon Risers as we kick off this MASL 2 season for both of these squads. Matthew Rocchio and Joey Zanaboni back for this second quarter. Right, again, live from the Family Arena. Joey, bringing you in here. What did you think of that first quarter for the Ambush as they took a commanding 3-0 lead?
Yeah, just terrific. I thought Tristan Austin, boy, he's probably a little bit too good for the M2 level. He's made himself a name at the MASL level to some extent. He's done exactly what he's capable of doing. Dominating. Jose Ogaz wasn't tested too hard, but keeping the shutout intact with a big save or two in that first quarter. As we know from the game that we just saw earlier this afternoon, though, it's how you react as the game goes along, how you continue on with the form that you have. Ambush at one point leading against the Wave earlier today, and then mounted a furious comeback after falling behind by a big margin. Ambush 2 have to keep the foot on the pedal. I'm sure that's what Corey's message has been.
Absolutely. At no point tonight did it feel like the Ambush 1 had this kind of control over the game like the Ambush 2 have right now. But like you said, that position can slip away fairly quickly, especially inside the indoor game like we're playing today. Again, MASL 2 action today. 80 teams, 4 leagues, 2 countries, Joey, and we're getting to see 2 of the leagues in front of us. Today we already got to watch some MASL action. Today some MASL 2 action, of course, throughout this season, MASL 3 and the MASLW as they added the Women's League this year for the first time as a complete recreation of the soccer pyramid in the indoor game in this country. Well, 2 countries, I should say.
Yeah, just incredible, the expansion of this league and so many people involved to make this special. Ambush 2 off to a good start and what we think is going to be a really successful season for this second-year franchise.
And the Risers will start with just 4 players on the carpet. One man, Mike Howell, is in the box. with 1:17 left to play in the penalty as we get this second quarter underway. Right out of the gate, it's going to be Felipe for the ambush, slowing things down. Dancer's going to take things at the top as they try to break through this Muskegon Risers defense on the power play. Ambush keeping it here on the perimeter. They try to get it inside, and a big save there from Salazar, going the other way for the penalty kill. Stopped off by Nico Caritas, and the offense is back to attacking for the ambush. Dancer trying to move people around. Skip pass there to the other side. Nico Caritas back up top. Excuse me, that's Caritas there at the top. There's Josh Sizdik over there at the top of your screen. And here Sizdik gets it to Caritas. Caritas inside to Tristan Austin. Now back to Caritas off the wall. A reset here as Austin brings it back outside. They got 5 out wide over the top of this Risers defense. Felipe inside. Austin on the perimeter. Tries one inside. It's going to be ping-ponged around before it falls to Caritas. And that one with a little too much helium falls too high, and it'll be the Risers going the other way.
Yeah, waning moments of this Howell penalty. Ambush would love to take advantage. The 3-0 lead feels good. 4-0 even better.
12 seconds left to play there. They killed about a minute with nothing to show for it, and they're going the other way here. Still 5 on the field for the ambush, 4 for the Risers going the other way. That penalty is going to end in 3, 2, 1. Here comes Howell out of the box. Tristan Austin's going to try to get one more attempt on with a man down. Felipe, man's in, 5 on 5 here, and the ambush will have to try to break down a set 5-man Risers defense.
Well, so far the possession has been so good for the ambush. Muskegon's hardly had a peep on the other end.
Utley got that one down. Tristan Austin dummied that one, but he couldn't win the run for it again. Speaking of winning the run, Amon Mervin jumps that one, tries to score early with the outside foot, but it was blocked away by Howell.
Yeah,
Ball
just
out
telegraphed out of the box there on the rollout. Mervin read it perfectly. Obviously the ambush don't capitalize, but that's been the kind of game it's been. Ambush have looked just like the better team, more mature team, reading plays before they can develop.
Definitely has seemed like a team that is ready for what's in front of them today. No freakouts. Everything's very controlled. Credit to the coaching on that factor. Mon Mervin sets up the give and go there with Amirados. Nothing going there. It's a turnover going the other way, and Jose Ogaz did not read that one at all. He might have gotten pushed by his own player, and what a goal by Fikret Hasovic, who burns Ogaz on that play. He didn't even go for it, Joey.
Yeah, and it looked like maybe Caritas deflected it on the way in or was close.
No, yeah, Ogaz just like went down to his knees.
Yeah, I think
he might have just gotten
the ball
blocked.
hitting
I think it might have just been. You hear more in
Couldn't
hockey
see it
of just,
cleanly.
Yeah, of just your player shielding you as the goaltender and not giving you a good look. And I think what happened there is Caritas, I don't think he got a piece of it. I just think he flashed in front of Ogaz right as the ball was being shot. Jose had no ability to read the ball, and that's why he didn't react at all. Either way it plays, 12:38 here to go in the second quarter, and the ambush now are up just 2 with a 3-1 lead as the Muskegon Risers get on the board for their first time in this 2024-2025 MASL2 season.
And Cody Loss picks up the assist.
Mon Mervin, Salazar sliding out to stop that one. El Torcelli, though, with the press. Mervin and Sanchez got beat there, but the ball's right there. 2 men in the box, and Amon Mervin's going to bury another one for the ambush. Effort, stick-to-itiveness, and a 4th goal for the ambush on that play.
That's how you respond to a goal, right? Ambush right back onto the scoreboard, and as you said, it's an effort play. Mervin takes advantage as the ball was kept in the zone and reads it perfectly out the window. Tucks it on home under Salazar to give the ambush the treble advantage.
I don't know how the Risers defense wasn't staying back there, Joey. The ball just kept staying in their area, and they left and just bailed on it. Luis Perez with a tactical foot forcing the turnover and almost got an easy goal going the other way, but the Risers will have a chance to settle things down here with 11:59 to play.
Really good stuff from the ambush. That's something that the MASL side has struggled with, giving up goals after scoring, and here on the ambush 2 level, guys getting right back on the scoreboard after giving up what could have been a momentum swinging type of goal for Muskegon.
Pedro Aguillon is getting his first minutes for the Risers this season, number 3, cutting into the middle of the ambush defense there, as the Muskegon offense starting very deep in the midfield. Compare that to where the ambush were running a lot of their offense, Joey, which is pretty much inside of the yellow line or straddling the yellow line. All this Muskegon offense, though, coming from super deep in the midfield. As the ambush try to get up here forward. Salazar's playing off his line, and the ambush got the ball. Wide open net there, but unfortunately Salazar got by before Felipe could jump on it. Missed opportunity. Ingua bumps a man off, but he cannot beat M1 player Mike Howell on that ball there. Howell's able to turn and get that one away. Risers don't have a lot of men, but they have the ball going forward. Ingua trying to rip that one away from Hasovic. Hasovic with a beautiful drop, and oh, I can't believe they weren't able to pull that one in.
Ooh.
Felipe Hasovic!
What a save.
Oh, man.
That's orgasmic.
You were going to use it at one point as Yair Real was in on that play for the Risers, and that was Fikret Hasovic, who put in the original pass that was almost tapped in, and then he almost followed up his own rebound.
Taylor Pill was on the other side, and him and Ogaz collided, and Ogaz got back to the play and got back in front of the line, scrambled over to stop Fikret from authoring a second goal.
Jonah Dancer with a sliding clearance, and he gets it going the other way. 3-on-2 for the offense for the ambush, and Jonah Dancer tried one. Might have been a bad idea as the ball will fall to Felipe. Felipe tries one up from the outside. And again, nothing going there, but it's an effort playing to win the ball from the ambush.
Bit dangerous there from Muskegon.
Brennan Austin can't win that ball in the corner, and it's going to find a way to bounce past Utley and looks like Kyle Crane were both up against the wall there, but the ball kept on bouncing, and it bounced in favor of the Risers, who will get a restart here back at the halfway mark.
Crucial stretch of the game. Both teams coming out scoring early in the second. Who can take control now of this swing quarter?
Again, very deep start here as Howell from the back tries to get it forward, but a good job by the fronting defense from the ambush. Ball will get kicked back again deep for the restart from Tyler Howard. Long pass there, sought out by Niall Torricelli. Puts it into the stands. We'll have a shift and a reset for the Risers.
And hit it over the head of Big Mo. Goal and an assist against the Milwaukee Wave. He's watching this game from the edge of the tunnel. They'll have to
still in uniform.
Yeah, track that ball down. Well, you got to wear it coming out of the M2 game. Show your support. Make sure you follow the St. Louis Ambush 2 on Twitter at St. Louis Ambush 2. That's at ST Louis Ambush, the number 2 on Twitter or X.
Tyler Howard from the spot. 3-man wall in front of him. He drops that one off, and it's going to be a huge save from Ogaz. Nothing doing from Paco Gutierrez.
Fantastic.
Oh, might have been a little bit of a cherry-picking case from Lucas Sanchez there, but it almost got him an easy goal. Great save there by Austin Salazar.
Superior positioning.
And Salazar, he's a big body. He knows how to use it. Taylor Pill, Milwaukee Wave, semi-regular, commanding things from the back. Guarded closely by Sanchez. Gets it down again. They're trying to get big Kyle Crane involved down low. Man in the box there for the Risers, and a great job there from Jonah Dancer to win that battle. Oh, a sliding tackle there from DJ Clark. That was risky. No call, though. Mon Mervin stepping over, going the other way. Sanchez, the Dancer, will slow things down. Dancer, hop step. He's going to take a big try there. Just too high off the glass. Bounces out. It'll be a reset on the offense for the Ambush 2.
Yeah, Ambush on the defensive side, happy to escape after a crazy pass from Kyle Crane, banging it off the wall through the middle. This Muskegon team flexing a little bit of creativity as the Ambush trying to bury him early.
Sizdick doing what he's done a lot of the game, which is kind of that deep-lying playmaker role. Gets it up to Utley. Utley down the line to Louis Perez, and it's going to find its way to Tristan Austin. And then cut out by Mike Howell, who tried to reset things here. A double from Caritas and Perez. Perez has got a man in the middle. He tries it himself, and another save from Salazar. Might have missed an opportunity there, Joey.
And now they're trying to burn him on the other side after he did not get it to Austin in the middle. This is good work by Sizdick to front Fikret Hasovic.
Hill subs out. Aguillon is in now for the Risers. 3 Risers on the other side of the yellow line with 4 Ambush. And they're going to turn this one over. Ambush trying to get things going the other way, but they are deep in their own formation right now. They get it up to Luis Perez on that right wing. Perez goes down after getting pushed by Aguillon. He gets the call, and the Ambush will have a reset just outside the yellow line with 7 minutes left to play. A 4-1 lead right now here in this second frame. Each team has scored once here in the second quarter. Ambush, though, retaining that 3-goal lead.
Ambush 2 next at home February 10th and 25th. Close a 4-game home slate March 17th this year.
Just 3 home games last year, Joey. We get 6 this year, all as doubleheaders along with the M1 game. How about that for a little ticket value?
This is great to be able to stick around and see a double dip of soccer. Ambush, unfortunately not to the referees liking, just inside this gold line. But it does give a different flavor to these games over the course of a year. They've got a 12-game schedule that is going to push this team forward, hopefully into the playoffs, a 6-game home schedule, and hopefully we'll have some playoff action here as well.
And the Austin brothers high press can't force the turnover from the Risers. Instead, it's just going to be Ingwa who will do it on its own, and then going the other way. Brennan to Tristan Austin. Tristan Austin down the left side. He's got a man open. He tries to cut it inside, leaves it to Brennan, who's got a slide tackle to try to save the possession. Risers are able to poke that one away. Turnover here. Brennan Austin with the effort gets to Tristan. Tristan from the ground. Aguillon makes the defensive play, but it's going to stay with your Ambush. Jonah Dancer now with a chance. Oh, croqueted it through the legs of Moses Crawford, but Tristan Austin wasn't ready for it, and he couldn't handle it.
A little bit of a missed opportunity. Can't make it worse on the other side.
Chance here for the Risers. Cut inside. Ooh, just barely got that one off. Luis Alberto, too easy for Jose Ogaz. Not nearly close enough for that second goal.
Yeah, good work there by Tristan Austin to come bulldozing through, influence that so it didn't get too hairy in front of the net.
No call there as Jonah Dancer is trying to weave his way through the Risers defense, and he ran into a brick wall by the name of Kyle Crane. So it will remain with the Risers. A lot of deep passing here. They get it inside. Beautiful header right into the middle, but Ogaz is right there. Cody Loss can't put the header in hard enough, and he had a perfect opportunity. No one on him right in the middle, and Jose Ogaz with another sweet save.
They'll rue that one. Muskegon really doesn't have any room for error, and a missed opportunity to maybe change the complexion of this game about 5 minutes before the half.
And we'll take a quick timeout here on the field. Just under 5 minutes left to play. It is a 4-1 lead for the St. Louis Ambush 2 over the Muskegon Risers. And really, second quarter has felt a lot like the first, Joey. The St. Louis Ambush 2, as opposed to the M1 squad, looking very composed, looking very clinical today. Everyone knows where they're supposed to be. There's no really hair on fires play here from Adamson's group. What do you think? What are you seeing here from the Ambush across this now quarter and a half?
So far, so good. It looks a little bit different in the second quarter, but I think that's to be expected. Obviously, the guys have a lot of pent-up energy getting out there for the first time this season. Muskegon, I think, has solved the puzzle a little bit as Bugard rallies them during this official timeout. I think this game's going to be closer than the outset might suggest the rest of the way. We were talking a little bit earlier, and I wanted to make a quick correction for the St. Louis Ambush 2 schedule. I had said one date is the next game. It's actually January 5th.
I was going to say, if we're going to get 6 games here, Joey, that seems
January
a little long.
5th against the Minnesota Blizzard Family Arena. Make sure you check m2soccer.com for the full Ambush 2 and the full Muskegon Riser schedule.
You know, Joey, you mentioned the team name there that they're
the
facing
Risers
off next time. No, the next
the Blizzard.
one when they face off against the Blizzard. Now, I really have to give some
The
credit
Blizz.
to the organizations around.
You've heard of the Rizzler.
Of course.
Have you heard of the Blizzard?
Of course I have. But I just got to give some credit. Some of the names we're seeing across these leagues, I love everything about them.
They're fun.
Spice City
Ooh.
FC. The Salisbury Stakes.
Spice
By the way,
City, that sounds like a crime syndicate in a Timothy Chalamet movie.
That's good. I like that one. There already is a crime syndicate in that movie.
And what do they like?
The Salisbury
Spice,
Stakes, Joey. The Salisbury Stakes. Here's the thing about the Salisbury Stakes you got to know. They played in front of an entirely sold-out crowd last year as an MASL 3 team, and that got them bumped up to MASL 2. What are you doing? What kind of genius-level stuff are you doing?
Steaks
You're
are sizzling.
completely selling out a team called the Salisbury Steaks. Their logo, by the way, is an absolute winner.
You getting any dinner here on Press Row there, Mount?
No, but I'm not trying to, so what do I care?
I like that Spice City. I like Salisbury Steaks. This Muskegon Risers name has infatuated me as well.
What are your thoughts on the OKC Certified Lions?
I'll do anything that's certified.
And I'm showing Joey, by the way, the logo of the Salisbury Steaks.
Ooh,
and I mean, and look at the logo
wonderful.
for Spice City Football Club. By the way, they're facing off against each other.
City
or I should say,
Football Club.
they did face off against each other back on December 7th last weekend. It was an incredible game and just two wonderful named teams. I just love the variety of soccer that we now get because of this pyramid.
Watch out.
That's what I think is so special, Joey. Because again, last year Salisbury Steaks are an M3 team, and this year because of their success, they're an M2 team, and now we get to learn about them. Hopefully, when they cross paths with the St. Louis Ambush 2 at some point. By the way,
they've
I'm
gone
now
from rare to medium rare.
And now because of this, I'm taking name suggestions for what the Ambush 2 should be called. As Tristan Austin tries to get them on the board here, as we come away for the restart of this second quarter, and Kwame Ingwa will put it out of bounds. Because, I mean, should we not be the St. Louis Bushwhackers?
Ooh, I like that.
I'm just saying.
That's the mascot's
think about
name
it.
already,
You're
right?
the ambush. How do you pull off ambushes, Joey? Well, you got to hide in the trees for a little bit. What do you need for that? You need a bushwhacker.
Sanchez can play that role. Back
Sanchez
to Dancer.
Drops it off to Dancer, doing a little dance in front of the Risers defense. And the shot there from Brennan Austin will careen off a Riser and out of bounds. It'll remain here with the ambush. I'm just saying, we could get, the
We're
St.
the
Louis
BWs.
Bushwhackers. We get a nice logo of a guy with a coonskin cap. I'm just saying. Get a little David Bowie.
Bushwhacker,
Get a little,
the
not
mascot,
David Bowie.
just
Daniel Bowie.
Symbol.
David Bowie.
David
Get a little
Bowie.
David Bowie.
Daniel Bowie.
I'm just saying we could have a little fun with the name. We're going up against the
You're saying
Salisbury
we could
Steaks this
be
year.
defending the Alamo every single week, huh?
Well, I mean, not really the Alamo. Jonah Dancer!
Oh!
Do a little dance, my man! Jonah Dancer rattles it in off the outside woodwork, and it finds the back of the net, and the Ambush find themselves leading 5-1 with 4:09 left to play. I'm disappointed he didn't dance after that, Joey.
Dancer just lethal, smooches one off the post, off to Salazar's right. When did the shirt tuck him?
Your name's Jonah Dancer. You put a goal in. I expect a little bit of like Victor Cruz, merengue a little bit for me. Come on now.
Matt, I love that you always push people to be their best.
I mean, honestly, just make my job easier is what I'm looking for. I call Jonah Dancer, making him dance, and then he just tucks his shirt in like, what are you doing to me, man? You're cutting my feet out.
It was
Taylor
clean.
Oh! That went inside the woodwork, but it did not cross the white line.
It's a good shot.
Oh,
That
he
is
did it
two.
again! That one off the inside upper 90. 2 times Taylor Pill could have walked away with a Galazzo-level goal here today to make it a 5-2 game, and both times the woodwork denies him. What has that man done to 2x4s in his life?
They say you can get red pilled, you can get blue pilled. How about slime green pilled?
Oh! Ahmad Mervin almost defending his way into a goal there. And Mervin's going to try another one there. It's going to fall to the shins of Nico Caritas. And really everything coming up pink today for Ambush 2 in this game.
What do you like better, the pink jerseys or the teal jerseys?
I like them both. Pink and teal are both elite colors, and when you find a way to put them both together in a logo, I just want to salute and handshake whoever came up with it.
Think about the pink or feel the teal.
And here we go. Kwame Ingwa trying to off the wall to try to get some things going there as he had no one over on that weak side of the attack. Here's Felipe. Mervin, a lot of space. He's going to wait, try to dummy it around, and he tries to put it into the space for Tristan Austin, and all he found were some Muskegon defenders.
And that'll come as the season goes along. You could see Felipe was not on the same page. They're trying to get that set up off the wall, and then ultimately it ends up out of bounds. As this season goes along, I think the Ambush are going to find that these things become easier because they have a lot of options up top, a lot of guys that can carry the offense and score goals.
Moses Crawford commanding things from the middle. And we had two players slip there that looked like DJ Clark of the ambush, but the ball finds its way the other way. Utley almost had a wide open assist to Louis Perez, but a little miscommunication, and Perez wasn't breaking for the ball.
It'll be interesting to see how this team reacts with a big lead at halftime. 5-1 right now, 2.5 minutes to go. It could shrink, but looking like it's going to be comfortable. Can they continue to be impressive in the second half, even with the result of this game slowly being pushed to the back of the refrigerator?
And Aguillon gets that one forward. That was to Yair Real, who couldn't handle that one. Had a little discussion with the ref about where the ball hit. Sizdik gets it into Dancer, who's able to clear that one out. Dangerous play, though, for the ambush as they're clearing it out in their own box. Brennan Austin not enough on that one. It's going to be a turnover going the other way, but also turnover was Real. Kept fighting it, though, and he won that one from Sizdik. It's going the other way. Muskegon's going to retain possession. A lot of confusion here, a lot of counter press and press turnovers this game, Joey.
Yeah, a lot of back and forth. I think Muskegon's actually played a little better than the scoreboards indicated.
Going the other way, it's Brennan Austin down the right side. He's got two ambush in the middle. Cuts it back. He's got a third ambush crashing. It's Nico Caritas! Bang, bang! Crashing late in the box. Nico Caritas makes it 6-1. Ambush 2. 1:26 left to play in this first half.
He deserves that. Couple of good shots in the first quarter, and then the second quarter finds the back of the net. Caritas, another guy we've seen at the top level of the MASL. He's more than capable, and when he gets going, he can be very valuable on the offensive side as well as the defensive side.
Late arriving runners to the box are some of the most fun plays in soccer, especially in the indoor game, when you can get them just sprinting out of off the bench and from the deep parts like that. An incredible play there from Nico Caritas. And again, the run is one thing, but he ran into a lot of open space. That finish, that quick right foot to left foot touch, and then the finish from Caritas, that's the most impressive part.
And Sanchez might make this difficult.
Salazar made it easy as Sanchez could not get there in time. Luis Felipe is going to kill part of this last minute as we are under a minute in this first half. Ambush trying to go into the half with a 5-goal, 6-1 lead.
Squeegee the water off the time, Dolphin.
Mon Mervin, triple teamed by a number of risers. He's able to reset this ball. Crosses it to Dancer, and the time kill continues for the ambush. And Felipe will boot that one back to Mervin near his own goal.
Smart here from the ambush. Up by 5. Get it to the locker room safely.
I don't know, Joe. You've been playing on your front foot a lot of this game, and it's been working for you. Why not? I don't like the idea of changing it just because it's late in the game.
Well,
or late in the half, I should say.
They're hearing your request right now.
Luis Felipe trying to go one-on-one. Almost had Taylor Pill beat. Niall Torcelli in his second year with the ambush too. And here's Sanchez. Sanchez down low. Kicks it in front. DJ Clark. Oh, great defense there. A last-second kick to save that one by Brandon Edwards. And we will close out this half. A 6-1 lead for the Ambush 2 over the Muskegon Risers. Live from the Family Arena right here on the St. Louis Ambush YouTube.
Go.
Shoot! It's gone!
What's going on, everybody? This is the MASL in 5. It's your chance to get caught up on everything that went down in the MASL over the past week in just 5 minutes. Let's go.
Correa on the counter. It's Correa in on goal. Correa with a shot. It's blocked. It's off the bar and in. Correa. Here come the Teddies.
Yeah, teddy bears collected and delivered to a local nonprofit in time for the holidays. And yeah, fans had a lot to celebrate in Tacoma. The Stars have big expectations this campaign after a strong season last year. They led 5-4 in the dying seconds, setting up the dramatic finish.
Jones goes to ground. Ball still bouncing. Danger. Morgan misses. Correa with a block. Charlie Gonzalez's shot. The buzzer sounds.
Big win for Tacoma as they take down their old school rivals. Okay, Wave versus Comets. This contest had a bit of everything. It was the game broadcast on CBS Golazo KC jumped out to a 3-0 lead, but the Wave came back, and there were lots of great goals and lots of controversy in this game. This KC goal in the fourth would have put them up by 3 goals, and it's a banger too, from way out here from distance, just under the bar. Beautiful, but the goal was disallowed. Originally, there was supposed to be a penalty that would have stopped the play. The officials discussed it. Now, for a full analysis of exactly what went down, tune into Under Review on MASL TV with Ryan Sigic and Phil Ivanko, who break down the play. But the long and short of it is the goal was disallowed, and the Wave came back to burn Kansas City.
Now 15 seconds to go. Alvarez chips it in. Huffman trying to get position. Bangs it off the board. In front of the goal! Ricardo Cavallo ties it up at 5 apiece. Tony had a goal. Sanchez got away. Sanchez coming in first. On the goal! The Wave wins it tonight, 6-5.
Tough way for KC to lose it. The Wave triumphed 6-5 in OT. Empire in Chihuahua. Before the game, the Savage were celebrating their back-to-back league titles, and they were all business in their home opener.
Para el equipo de Chihuahua. Ahí está el Popper que puede disparar de derecha y el gol.
10-3 Chihuahua takes it. They are looking frightening already. Harrisburg and Baltimore, a battle of two teams that missed the postseason last year and are looking to bounce back this season. And that was a good game, actually, back and forth the entire way. The Blast take down the Heat ultimately by an 8-6 final score. Okay, some games we're looking forward to this weekend. Utica City kicks off their season, and Empire. This will be the CBS Sports Golazo game of the week. Kickoff 7:35, that's local time, so PST. Should be a fantastic contest. And San Diego will host Utica on Saturday, and this will open Front Wave Arena. Can't wait to watch. Will it be a fortress like Pechanga was? We shall see. Tacoma taking on Chihuahua. This should be maybe the game of the weekend. Two fantastic teams. Tacoma finished the season so strong last year. Chihuahua knocked them out of the playoffs, though. And your players of the week. Chris Toth in goal for the Tacoma Stars. Roberto Escalante of Chihuahua on defense, and offensively it is Nick Pereira. Roberto, unbelievable for Chihuahua as they took down Empire 10-3. 2 goals, 1 assist, and most importantly, as a defender, 4 blocks for Roberto. And offensively, Nick Pereira. Great game for the Stars. 1 goal and 2 assists in the win over San Diego. And finally, Chris Toth, 27 huge saves to lead the Stars to the win. Time now for your plays of the week.
Se dolía por ahí de la pierna derecha y que digas tú que hay mucho, se la dejo. ¡Golazo!
He's going to slow it down. Rivers, space, Rivers!
Marco Fabián!
This would be the situation against the boards to get that
Great
shot off right there.
Right. Beats Toth from distance. And
Ahí está el Popper que puede disparar de derecha y el gol.
Harrisburg, and they create a turnover. Mello! Oh, just wide. Diegas. Oh, what a goal!
Tony had a goal.
There you go. There you
Sanchez got away.
go.
Sanchez coming in first. On the goal! The Wave wins it tonight, 6-5.
Yeah, and just a reminder, of course, that to stay up to date with everything that's going on with the league, including great feature stories, the latest news, statistics, you can head to the MASL's official social media outlets. Thanks so much for watching. See you next week.
Restore Chesterfield is the official wellness and recovery center for your St. Louis Ambush. We offer cryotherapy, IV drips, hyperbaric oxygen, and so much more. Bring your ticket stub and receive 1 free core service. See you soon, and go Ambush!
Take control. Make a healthy change. Maintain a healthy weight. Exercise regularly. Don't smoke or use smokeless tobacco. Eat a healthy diet. Limit alcohol. Protect yourself from the sun and avoid tanning beds. Protect against sexually transmitted infections. Get screening tests. For more 8 Ways tips, visit siteman.woostel.edu/take control.
Daniel's experience with Kickaroos is he loves putting on the jersey every Saturday. He comes out, enjoys being part of the team, playing around with the ball, learning the game from his coaches, and skills that can last him a lifetime.
You know, this is what young kids sports should be like. It should be fun, it should be engaging, it should be positive. And my son Henry, when I tell him today is Thursday, he's like, is tomorrow soccer day? It's like, no, tomorrow's Friday, and then Saturday is soccer day. For a 4-year-old to have that sort of desire to keep doing an activity, it says a lot about the program. I feel like every coach that we've interacted with, they truly enjoy working with the kids. So at the end of the practice, I make it a mission of mine to say thank you and say, hey, how is my kid doing? And they're all like, oh, he's having so much fun, and we love having him. And so it's clear that everybody involved really enjoys kids.
I love soccer so much, and just being a part of the game, being able to coach kids, and like being able to influence them like at such a young age in this great sport, it's really something.
Restore Chesterfield is the official wellness and recovery center for your St. Louis Ambush. We offer cryotherapy, IV drips, hyperbaric oxygen, and so much more. Bring your ticket stub and receive 1 free core service. See you soon, and go Ambush!
Take control. Make a healthy change. Maintain a healthy weight. Exercise regularly. Don't smoke or use smokeless tobacco. Eat a healthy diet. Limit alcohol. Protect yourself from the sun and avoid tanning beds. Protect against sexually transmitted infections. Get screening tests. For more 8 Ways tips, visit siteman.woostel.edu/take control.
Daniel's experience with Kickaroos is he loves putting on the jersey every Saturday. He comes out, enjoys being part of the team, playing around with the ball, learning the game from his coaches, and skills that can last him a lifetime.
You know, this is what young kids sports should be like. It should be fun, it should be engaging, it should be positive. And my son Henry, when I tell him today is Thursday, he's like, is tomorrow soccer day? It's like, no, tomorrow's Friday, and then Saturday is soccer day. For a 4-year-old to have that sort of desire to keep doing an activity, it says a lot about the program. I feel like every coach that we've interacted with, they truly enjoy working with the kids. So at the end of the practice, I make it a mission of mine to say thank you and say, hey, how is my kid doing? And they're all like, oh, he's having so much fun and we love having him. And so it's clear that everybody involved really enjoys kids.
I love soccer so much, and just being a part of the game, being able to coach kids and like being able to influence them like at such a young age in this great sport, it's really something.
And welcome back in from St. Charles, Missouri at the Family Arena as we are here with MASL2 action between the St. Louis Ambush 2 and the Muskegon Risers. St. Louis Ambush 2 have jumped out to a 6-1 halftime lead as they have controlled this game from the word jump, scoring the first 3 goals to take a 3-0 lead in the first quarter. The Risers were able to tag one early in the second, but then the Ambush 2 shot right back, scored 3 more goals, and again now lead 6-1 as we head into this second half. Matthew Rocchio and Joey Zanaboni here live on the St. Louis Ambush YouTube page, bringing you this second half. Joey, more of what we have seen from the Ambush, I'm sure, is what they want to see here in the second half.
Keep it rolling, baby. And Matt, to you, I say keep it rolling as well. There's a fan down there, lower bowl. I stopped by to talk with DJ Prue at halftime. Fan came up to me and said, I love listening to Matt Rocchio, and not only because my name is Matt. He wanted to make sure that that distinction was made. You could be named anything. He could be named anything, and he would still love listening.
It's an elite name. Let's just not even, no need to parse any, opinions here. It's an elite name, and great people have it, Joey. I'm sorry to say.
And
on the other side, the Ambush looking good in the first half, but a sloppier game from the Risers. A lot for them to work on here in this third frame.
Yeah, speaking of great people, Tristan Austin, Brennan Austin, their father is just off to our right, sitting on the upper level of this bowl where so many of our Slice of Night players were sitting during the MASL game. Shout out to the Austin family listening in the northern suburbs of Denver tonight as Tristan angles his back.
And we are back underway here for the second half of this MASL2 action as both the Ambush 2 and the Muskegon Risers open their 2024-2025 campaigns. In the Ambush right now looking like they should be able to open up that campaign with a W on the record books, Joey.
I mean, it's a great start, and this has been a key part of it. Saw Austin get set up on a set piece similar to this.
Shizdick drops that one off to Tristan Austin, just like they drew it up last time. If once is nice, twice will work just fine. And the Ambush score for the 7th time on the night, just 10 seconds into this second half in this third frame. The Ambush 7, the Muskegon Risers 1, thanks to Tristan Austin.
This is probably too easy for Tristan Austin. a good player, a guy who's held his own at the MASL level. You know, earlier today we saw the debut of Mo NDI for 2024-2025 with the Ambush. And he and Tristan Austin used to be roommates when Tristan first came to the team, when Mo was with the team a few years ago. So Ambush getting the band back together and finding a way for these guys to be successful at the top level and at the M2 level.
I imagine that Tristan Austin probably has some stories that we need to get on this broadcast about his former roommate at some point this season. Maybe get him on here between the next doubleheader between the M1 and M2 matches.
That'll be January 5th, Family Arena. Check out more m2soccer.com for the full schedule across the league.
Talked about it last half. 6 M2 games here for the Ambush this season as opposed to just the 3 last year. All of them, well, we're giving you 2 games of soccer for the price of 1, Joey. All of them are double headers, where if you're watching the St. Louis Ambush play soccer, you have a chance to stay around and watch a second game of soccer with the Ambush too.
It's easier than usually just hiding out under the stands.
You don't have to do that.
That's what I do before most games.
You can. That's where we keep the peach schnapps and such, but you don't have to hang out there.
Keeps me from paying full price.
And they try to sling that one cross carpet to Felipe, and there's a lot of bodies in there. Felipe tried to go high, and he was stopped by both the body of Cody Loss and his teammate in Amir Rados.
And Rados has been gritty up top.
And I do want to point out,
trying to break through against a new goalie here.
I do want to point out Jake Lofgren is in for the Muskegon Risers. First half duties were Austin Salazar allowing 6 goals, and then Jake Lofgren already allowed 1 here in this second half. And how about that? Put one away for the Muskegon Risers as they walk through the Ambush defense. And the M1 player, Taylor Pill, who's put in some goals for the Wave in this arena, now puts one in for the Muskegon Risers. How about that? Walks right on through the defense, right off the wall. That one will be on Twitter by our friends Wallace Scora. After that one, Taylor Pill doing it all with a little help from the wall.
Now see if the Ambush can respond really quickly. Did a good job after Muskegon's first goal in the first half.
Muskegon scored early in the second quarter to make it a 3-1 game, but the Ambush again jumped back with 3 more goals themselves to take it to our halftime score. Now back down to a 5-goal deficit for the Risers. Can they build some momentum here? Joey, do you believe in momentum?
Sure do.
Okay.
We've got Big Mo NDI. We've got Uncle Mo. How about that as well? Uncle Momentum on the side of this Ambush 2 team. Just a psychological fact. You're the king of stats. I know the stats don't bear it out, but
yeah, there's some people out there who don't believe in momentum, Joey.
Isaac Newton's rolling over in his mausoleum.
And I'd say some numbers tell you there's no such thing as momentum. The game simply changes when it changes. Mike Howell handling it here.
It's one of my favorite words in the English language, tum.
Tum?
Momentum.
Oh.
Grab a tum. Grind some tums up in your coffee.
I don't think that's a word. I think that's a
brand name.
Antecedent? Is that the word?
Torricelli got antecedent into the ground.
you can't just use words however you want
just
them.
Barely able to use that one.
Nahil Torricelli.
It's hard to use that as a verb.
He's going to sub out for the Ambush too. Jose Ogaz will make the long pass just in front of the yellow line, keep it from a 3-line pass. And Jonah Dancer, the man who tucks his shirt in when he could be moving, handles it for the Ambush.
You know, I like the way that Ogaz plays back there. He always seems to be in a good mood.
Wow,
Obviously
how about that low pass?
By 5, but even after giving up a goal, he keeps it pretty loose.
I think there's something about the goalkeeper room for the Ambush. When you think about how calm and consistent and talented Paulo is, then you look at what we see from a guy like Pollo, who's so experienced across all the different levels of this sport, all the different styles of this sport, and then you have a guy like Jose Ogaz, who, like you're saying, shows that calmness. I think it's just something inside of the goalkeeper room in the meetings for the Ambush, just the calmness radiates, and probably have to give a lot of credit to Paulo's, kind of starting things off as the leader of that room.
Yeah, and Paulo now approaching 40, turns 40 in June. Ogaz was going to be his backup until right before the season, like the day before the season Pollo got signed.
Come on, Mervin. Trickeration trying to beat Crawford. Oh, he did, but Lofgren with the big save. And Caritas and Dancer will reset. Really almost 40 years old and not a wrinkle on his face.
The Brazilian Rob Lowe.
I mean, was it Rob Lowe or was it Paulo who enticed us all as Sam Cedar for a couple seasons of the West Wing? We'll never know. As the ball careens out of bounds following a mishandle from Luis Felipe. Are we sure that Paulo was not the one who wrenched all our hearts in St. Elmo's Fire in the mid-90s?
Vital part of the Brat Pack.
Paulo was, you're right. I'm sure he has some stories. I don't know why he's hiding them from us. As the ball gets daisy cutter down to Tristan Austin. Austin will reset this one. He gets it inside to Torricelli. Torricelli back to Caritas.
Watch out.
Far off the wall there, but unfortunately the wall not that high, and Nico Caritas turns that one over.
There's a little girl in an SK jersey, a Will SK sweatshirt jersey that it might have hit her in the arm. It just kind of glanced off of her. But
Do you think that's custom ordered?
Kind of flying around now. It flies over her head.
10
I think that is.
10 minutes left to play here in the third frame. 7-2 ambush 2 lead.
We were talking with Kyle Goose Rudy, Director of Operations, St. Louis Ambush, during halftime. Me, DJ Prue, who's also been the PA man today, and we were talking about customizing some jerseys.
Luis Perez out in front. He's got one man to beat off the wall. Pass to himself. Oh, he couldn't settle that one off his chest, and that one's going to be kicked away by the defense of the Risers.
Can I get you that for Christmas, a custom ambush jersey, Matt?
I'd love that.
It's between that and a 6-pack of bottled water. Whichever one's cheaper, I'm going to end up slipping to you.
Looks like I'm going to be drinking mighty nicely on Christmas Eve.
Don't drop the package, Matt. They have drip either way.
Boo. Oh, guys, we'll handle that one off the wall. As a very geometric heavy game here today, but only the one Wallace scorer so far. But it was a good one. I hope that our friends over at Wallace Scorer are watching the broadcast tonight on the St. Louis Ambush YouTube feed, because they missed a good one if not. Taylor Pill doing it all for that second Risers goal.
Wanted to delight him again.
Ooh, big run here. Can he win this one? It's going to be Kyle Crane one-on-one to Torricelli. He gets the shot off, but too wide there. And no mark against Jose Ogaz from Torricelli.
Nice.
And from Crane, but that one will go in. Mike Howell gets that one past the defense and just through the outstretched fingertips of Jose Ogaz, barely taps that one in, and it trickles across the white line for a third Risers goal.
Well, he did well to just get fingers on it. That was a bad clearance out of the back by Kwame and right to Howell. Howell hit it hard, smacked it. Ogaz at least got a piece, but not really his fault there. Ambush, even with a pretty large lead, a yawning 7-3 deficit for Muskegon right now, you got to stay locked in, because if this tightens up to even 3 going into the last quarter, you think that the guys in green will have a chance.
Ball starting to fall and break the way of Muskegon every once in a while here. They scored once in the second frame. They have now scored twice. To add on to that one, a 7-3 lead for the Ambush. And again, the game has started to get a little bit tighter on the margin since that first quarter, as Joey was saying. Things getting a little closer each quarter here as we move to the halfway mark of this third frame, 8:15 left to play. And also, I think a big thing to notice here, Joey, is that the Ambush offense, much like the earlier Muskegon offense, has been pushed back to about the halfway mark from where it's starting. Cody Loss with Brandon Edwards. Edwards lost that one, couldn't get it up to Cody.
And you can see one-on-one, I just think we have better players than Muskegon. That said, if you put together bad passes, don't take care of the ball like this, Muskegon can come back and burn you. Ogaz a little out of position. Ooh.
Oh, it's too high there. And inches away from a goal from Paco Gutierrez, who continues to just be inches away from another game-changing play. And man, Jose Ogaz was able to bail himself out of that one, because he really misread that one, Joey.
Yeah, almost.
Not sure why he was off his line there.
Almost devastating. He didn't judge the bounce well, and Muskegon's going to regret that. They should have turned that into a goal.
Really, that's just one. If you're Gaz, you got to understand that you're outside your box. You can't jump for that one. You're not going to win the header. You're giving up 2 inches to the attacking player. He's got to be smarter about that one, Joey. As Amon Mervin is going to be taken down here. No whistle. Going the other way, and Muskegon's going to have numbers. 4-on-3. Dropped off for Taylor Pill. Taylor Pill off the box and out of the box. It's going to be taken by the ambush. Amon Mervin now down the left wing the other way. He's got a man across the face. He doesn't slides it to him. Tristan Austin. Oh, and Tristan Austin mishits that one. And no go there for the ambush. We'll have some midfield play to decide control. It'll be Caritas coming out the other end for the ambush 2. Drops it off to Luis Perez. Perez drags it to his side, off the wall. Tries to get down to Caritas on the wall. Score, no go there. Back out to Perez. Again, just a deeper offensive starting point for the ambush in the second half than it was in the first, Joey. It went from being straddling the yellow line the entire time to straddling the halfway mark. I don't know if I like that change.
It's looked a little more tentative for the ambush in the third quarter.
And it looks like the first half of the time they were boxing Muskegon in the attacking zone. And here, Muskegon's been able to run whenever they've wanted to this entire second half as Kyle Crane drops it off. He's got Paco Gutierrez. Gutierrez gets to the middle, and it'll be lost going the other way. Tristan Austin tried to fake to Howell. Howell didn't bite on it. He got a steal and almost put it in, but he roofed that one a little too high, and it's going to go the other way.
We need that official timeout. Well past the halfway point in the third quarter, and the ambush on their heels. Muskegon arguably, I think, should be back within 2. Howell had one down deep, just didn't slam it home.
5:30 as the clock continues to tick, 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 tick. Torricelli trying to whip that one up the wall, but it's going to be stopped and reset by the Risers, and we're going to get a foul there by Torricelli as he got a little extracurricular with Taylor Pill. Pill, the M1 player, continues, unsurprisingly, to be one of the biggest impact players on this Muskegon Risers roster, alongside fellow M1 player Mike Howell, 13 and 14, doing some work for the Risers tonight. And that foul does go, of course, to Niall Torricelli. Luis Felipe gives it to Perez. Perez, easy assist there to Tristan Austin. Austin juggles it, tries to turn, maybe even a scorpion or a bicycle kick, but great defense there from Howell, and the ball will go off Howell. I think it's going to remain with the ambush, and we'll get a restart on the other side of this stoppage. 5:12 to play. St. Louis Ambush 2 leading the Muskegon Risers 7-3 as we open up this MASL 2 schedule for both of these squads. Ambush have added a couple here, just one, I should say, here in the third frame. The Risers have added one as well, and man, Tristan Austin came close on that one, but great defense from Howell there, just taking away any kind of space.
Pretty good stuff from the ambush, looking for that beautiful football, and Luis Perez
now Joey, have
put
you
it
been
in the
working
right
with
position.
Tristan Austin on his juggling? Because that looked positively Zanaboni.
Well,
on the
thank
juggling
you. I
there.
do consider myself to be the top juggler among all MASL broadcasters, and advanced statistics have backed up that I'm at least in the top 7. So I certainly take a lot of pride in that. Ambush huddled up around Adamson, and the Risers huddled up around Bugart. 7-3. Still feeling confident here down the stretch?
I'm feeling confident here for the ambush. They continue to look good. The offense continues to get chances. Yes, the Risers have made some things happen, but they're leaning on their biggest name players, and they've gotten some good bounces, and that's really been the biggest part of the game for the Risers. So if you're the ambush too, you just got to keep doing what you're doing, and you can close this game out in the next quarter and a half.
St. Louis Ambush battled the Milwaukee Wave to a 7-6 final. Wave did win it, though the Ambush had a great comeback effort trying to get back into it earlier today. And another score game I watched last night, San Diego Sockers at their brand new facility called Front Wave out in San Diego, downing Utica 6-5 in overtime. Really exciting MASL and M2 action this weekend.
Joey, do you have any thoughts on the final play from that game?
Do I have any thoughts on it?
A little controversial.
Well, I think the Sockers always seem to get things to go their way, don't they, man?
Well, they have been around for a long time. The San Diego Sockers, one of the most legendary soccer outfits in American soccer across the last 30 years, right alongside teams in St. Louis, across the Steamers, the original Ambush. Of course, earlier today we gave an incredible tribute to Pac McBride, part of the NPSL, one of the first Americans to ever be signed to the NPSL. the first American to ever be signed to the NPSL, I should say. And, of course, the St. Louis Stars, the St. Louis Ambush, making their impact in those leagues. So just really great day when you consider how we honored Pat McBride earlier today, Joey, to think about the growth of indoor soccer throughout America and the way that it continues to grow with this new reimagining of the indoor soccer pyramid across the MASL, MASL2, MASL3, and, of course, just a wonderful addition with the MASLW.
And best of luck to them in that new facility, Front Wave. That'll be the host for the quarterfinal and semifinal rounds of the MASL playoffs in the spring. Ambush thwarted on the restart, chased all the way back through Ogaz.
And, yeah, when you get that nice of an arena, Joey, kind of hard not to just throw the playoffs there. Can't blame them for it.
Still a chance, though, for home teams in the final to play host. So it's kind of the best of both worlds. I think that's a great idea, though. Get all 8 teams that qualify, regardless of conference, out there to California IA.
Tristan Austin trying to handle this one. Gets into the box. Ball pops up. It's going to be settled on for the one touch by Siddick, and he can't put that one in. That would have been an absolute highlight reel goal. And, Joey, you know what they could do is they could get, like, some really great broadcasters and bring them out to California to call a bunch of the games.
You want to go in the bubble, huh?
I mean, I wouldn't hate going to a bubble in San Diego. You could put me in a lot of places in San Diego, and I'd be okay with it.
Will they still let us sing Miley Cyrus on there?
They better. It's called brand management. Here's another one set up from Siddick to Tristan Austin. The Ambush will fall to 2 and 3 on those plays scoring goals, as that one will be blocked by the woodwork. Ambush will retain just the 7-3 lead here with 4:30 left to play. Jonah Dancer kicking that one like Fred Astaire midair.
I like that.
Thank you very much, Joey. If I get you laughing once, that's enough from me.
Tell these Gen Z kids about Fred Astaire, would you, man?
I mean, the man walked like there were wings on his feet. He might have been Hermes. I mean, just watch Singing in the Rain if you haven't already. I know you're saying, I'm 19. Why would I ever watch a musical? Because it's called culture. Get you some. Singing in the Rain. Incredible dance scene. If you don't want to watch the movie, just watch Tom Holland do it, I guess. I don't know. That's good enough. You ever seen Tom Holland do the Singing in the Rain dance?
I have not.
Oh, my God. It's incredible. The man.
Does he wear the Spider-Man suit when he doesn't?
He's not. No, he's in a full suit. He's not Fred Astaire because no one ever will be. But pretty for the millennials, for the Gen Alpha kids, as they like to call them.
Zendaya will still take him, huh?
Yeah, I think that's where he actually sealed it. I think that's where he locked it in. As we have a Muskegon Risers offense trying to lock it in here. Fikret Hasovic down in the corner. He's getting some help out from Francisco Calabrese, but it's going the other way for Rados and the Ambush. Good job by Moses Crawford to punch that one out.
Nice job by Felipe to get in on it as well.
And speaking of Felipe, he almost got a ricochet goal.
That's a great job to keep it from going out of the zone, and almost got rewarded with something a little bit lucky. And some of this has been unlucky for the Ambush in the third quarter. It's not really going on the offensive side outside of the first 10 seconds when Austin scored. It's just been some bad luck and some bad breaks that have piled up.
Has it been, and are you only talking about bad breaks against the Ambush? Because I think that also leaves another category, which is bad breaks for the Ambush, but then a bunch of good breaks as well for Muskegon.
For sure, and they would like a good break or two more. As I said, I really think this is more like a 7-5 game. They've missed a couple of chances in the third that they should have had.
Joe, I just want to thank you for letting me talk about Fred Astaire for a minute.
Of course. That's what I'm here to do. Give you permission to talk about 1930s movie stars.
It might sound a weird thing on a sports broadcast to say, but if you ever want to be impressed by the movement of human beings, old school musical dance numbers, unbelievable stuff. I'm just saying, Joey. I'm just saying. If you're just impressed by unbelievable human movement, which is what we're here for, Joey. We're going to talk about people who can do stuff that so little of the population can do. That's why we're all here. And we're trying to give you another way.
It's not as easy as he made it look. I was doing the floss dance earlier.
No, you
weren't.
I
was accused of
I can actually
gingivitis.
attest. Joey is lying on the broadcast right now.
I was swiveling my hips and moving my arms in a floss-like fashion.
No legal entity would ever
Torricelli's down.
Would ever actually agree that what Joey was doing earlier was flossing.
Looks like they'll get the training staff out on the field as Torricelli goes to his back, but helped out by Ogaz and a riser. It's Torricelli who's a riser with a lowercase r here after getting run into from behind by John Hollowell.
Kyle Crane helped him up, and Kyle Crane, man, just like Andrew Hayne, these This Milwaukee organization has some big strikers to play with, and Andrew Hayne wears number 99, and they just decided to flip that around and give it to the other big boy because Kyle Crane wearing number 66, big body for Muskegon, and that's one of the reasons IL was down because he got bounced around between John Hollowell and Kyle Crane.
Hey, all that Iowa corn has to go somewhere, right? It's not all being turned into delicious, delicious high fructose syrup.
Joey figuring out how Milwaukee gets such big strikers and how the Iowa Hawkeyes play football so well every year.
There's the Muskegon Risers and there's the Iowa Raptors as well. I think both those teams are pretty good size.
Tell you what, talking about MASL too, there's some offensive power coming out of that state as well. We have a couple MASL 2 teams up there.
By the way, I did give some thought about new team names for MASL 2 as Perez sequences this one down Los Angeles almost.
Sanchez got that one, and that was Sidix, who's really been active today, almost got another one going for the ambush because we also have the Iowa Demon Hawks, who, of course, won the championship.
I was trying to think about,
and they also won this division that the ambush played in. We got to see the Iowa Demon Hawks. They scored an unconscionable amount of goals last year, 156 goals in 12 games played last year for the Iowa Demon Hawks. You want to talk about offense coming out of that state?
Handballed it. Yeah, it's a blue card coming out. He had no choice but to challenge her against Hazovic, and I think his fingers were just outside the box when he touched the ball.
Yeah, looking at the replay here on our board, Joey, Jose Elgaz definitely touched that one outside of the box.
Yeah, I'm surprised it wasn't.
His butt was in the box, but his hands were not.
Yeah, I'm surprised it wasn't whistled on Sizik, honestly, as he tried to bicycle this. Lose get another look. He almost hit Ficret in the face, then Ficret using the skill trying to go around Elgaz.
Well, Joey, he did hit Ficret in the face, but I think if you're completing a kick and you get ball before you hit body, just like with a tackle, they're not calling it on you.
And it looks like they will send Sanchez to the box with Elgaz. The backup goalie is in for the ambush. Ooh.
And he buries that one. No doubter from Tyler Howard. The big games from the Wave players continue. Mike Howell, Taylor Pill, and now Tyler Howard getting on the board for 3 of the 4 Muskegon Risers goals for the night. Not a lot the ambush could do on that one. They had a 2-man wall. We're a man down there, and it looks like our backup goaltender, Yamari Casillas, did the best he could, but unfortunately, look at Tyler Howard just flipping between that small little zone in between the near post of Casillas and the 2-man wall for the ambush. That was not an easy goal. That was an impressive job by Tyler Howard to absolutely just put it through the goalpost.
And you got to try it. Nothing much Casillas could do. That velocity, that angle, and the goal for Muskegon was to get it back to 3, less than 30 left in the third. That's where they're at.
Jonah Dancer with some fancy footwork, passed it off to Tristan Austin, and he gets Lofgren off his line, but they're able to get the ball off and into the stands. It will remain, it will not. It was off an ambush player, so it will go to the Risers going the other way.
Slip
Chance
it back
to continue to cut into this 3-goal lead before we turn it over to Joey for our final frame. 20.4 seconds left to play. Can Muskegon make this a 2-goal game before this 4th quarter? Ball falls. Risers are able to command, but a good job there by Ingwa to turn that one over. Dancer passes it back off to Ingwa. Ingwa gets it up forward. This is Tristan Austin all alone. Cody Loss covering. Tristan Austin slides it. It won't go in. Just in front of the line. In the corner. Brennan Austin now winning that one away. Back to Tristan. Tristan, back heel to Brennan Austin. What a goal! That's before the marker. That's got to be a buzzer-beating goal from the Austin brothers.
Waved.
They're waving it off, but I don't know how. I demand a replay.
And here it is. Austin and Austin.
What the back heel play from Tristan to Brennan. There's no doubt it's a goal, Joey, but I'm not looking at a clock on that replay, unfortunately.
It's hard to tell because there's no sound on the replay.
I don't know how they didn't give him that goal, Joey.
Razor close, and the referee in the corner made a signal. Ambush are protesting. Score is officially being shown as 7-4.
We're going to go to break here. We'll find out if we got an 8th goal on the other end as we come back with a 4th quarter here between the Ambush 2 and the Muskegon Risers on Ambush YouTube.
The Post Sports Bar and Grill. Use promo code AMBUSH online for a buy one, get one free cheesesteak. The Post Sports Bar and Grill. Stay posted.
Take control. Make a healthy change. Maintain a healthy weight. Exercise regularly. Don't smoke or use smokeless tobacco. Eat a healthy diet. Limit alcohol. Protect yourself from the sun and avoid tanning beds. Protect against sexually transmitted infections. Get screening tests. For more 8 Ways tips, visit siteman.woostel.edu/take control.
Restore Chesterfield is the official wellness and recovery center for your St. Louis Ambush. We offer cryotherapy, IV drips, hyperbaric oxygen, and so much more. Bring your ticket stub and receive 1 free core service. See you soon, and go Ambush!
The Family Arena in St. Charles, Ambush 2 and Muskegon Risers. Fourth quarter about to start. Our score has been confirmed as 7-4. The Austin brothers linking up for a goal that was, I guess, just a fraction, a hair, a splinter too late as we went to the break. Call was confirmed by our refereeing crew. Getting another look before we start in the fourth quarter. It's a good play by the Austin brothers to at least give us a chance.
Good is an understatement, Joey. That was silky.
Brennan wins it in the corner, and Tristan
Look at this here.
fakes everybody out, and you can see the fractions of a second.
So the shot's off, but it
the
does
ball
not
does
cross
not go
the
over the
white
line.
lines when the buzzer hits. That's the difference there. He gets the shot off, but it's not like basketball. Ball's got to cross the white lines before we hit triple zeros on the board. Unfortunately, as you can see there, ball probably crossed the line maybe 2 or 3 tenths of a second too late. But an impressive, an incredible back heel from Tristan to set up Brennan on the play.
And thanks to our great crew in the control room for setting up that shot. Call was correct. 7-4 Ambush. Scored just once in the third quarter. Muskegon owned that quarter, trying to own the fourth. Turn and rip ends up well wide for Paco Gutierrez. Out with it. Ambush trying luck. And it ends up way over the goal off of the boot of Amir Arados. 14-17 left. Regular play. Ambush leading 6-1 at halftime. A dominating performance. But Muskegon has found its footing as this one's gone along. Their latest goal came against Casillas after Ogaz was cited for a penalty on a handball. Casillas has remained in goal. It gave up that goal to Tyler Howard in the waning moments of the third quarter. Crow's nest work. Alberto rolls it back in the fishbowl for Real. Real being forced back by Sanchez. Nudges it across the line. Pedro Aguillon got it outside, wanted it back inside. Sniffed out by the Ambush defense. Felipe. Dancer forward. Mervin got crammed, wins it back. Poke forward. Felipe has Sanchez outside. Wide at the near post. Second try. Felipe to Dancer. Smashes it off some green, and it pellets all the way down toward Casillas. Corridas will track it down.
Now, this looks like the offense from the first quarter or 2 quarters. I'm not sure what we were seeing last quarter, Joey, where they were playing so timid and they were playing back. You can pin this Muskegon team into your attacking third and just keep ripping shots and getting chances. You've done it for 3/4 of the game. I'm not sure why they stopped for a part of it.
Tristan Austin, who has a multi-goal game, keeps possession. Torricelli. Perez, who scored. Layoff. Clark! Stopped up by Lofgren, and it ricocheted up off of the hand of a defenseman, John Hollowell. They'll place it on the side of the box.
And you know what? Good for this
actually,
crew.
They're going to set it up at the top.
Good for this crew, because you can't miss 2 of those in one night.
Never make the same mistake twice. Ambush are requesting that this is a penalty shot. Corey Adamson putting in a very compelling case.
The handball was very obviously in the box. What are we doing?
Yes, I'm not sure whether they're setting it up at the top of the bow. There's confusion. Tristan Austin and Nico Caritas pleading the case from
the handball's in the box. What's the confusion here? I'm with the head coach of the Ambush too on this one. The handball's in the box. We call the handball.
Radio.
Feel like this is a pretty ABC kind of chapter and verse follow along. Follow the bouncing ball like we're doing a sing along and from a Disney movie from 1997. Follow the bouncing ball. Man gets handball in the box. You get penalty. This is how it works.
Write these
follow
down,
the bouncing ball.
You got to write these similes down. I like what I'm hearing. 12:48 left in the fourth. 7-4 Ambush.
I'm just saying,
is this the best we're going to get to be at the top of the bow?
I learned it. I remember watching Pinocchio. If you wish upon a star, I remember going through the ba-ba-ba-ba-ba, just like the same thing. Handball in the box. You get the ball here. Why is the ball there?
Sizik lays it off for Mervin. Stopped at the source. Muskegon does a good job to douse the fire after the ambush. Don't get a penalty shot on the other side. Casillas charges out and gets a hip to the ball. It's controlled in the air and slashed just wide by Paco Gutierrez. Threatening is Gutierrez.
I don't think there's a player on either roster, Joey, who has threatened. If we had an XG counter, I don't think there's a player who hasn't scored who has an XG as high as Paco Gutierrez of the Muskegon Risers. Number 28 of the Risers has been involved in so many plays. I can't believe he has not been on the end of a goal yet.
Casillas living dangerously coming out of his goal like that. Pass forward by Felipe ends up out of bounds before it can be controlled by Amirados. 12-12 left in the fourth. Ambush with a 7-4 lead that has seemed a little less sturdy as Muskegon has come to life. Aguillon.
DJ Prue is taking us to a weird spot with the in-house music today, Joey.
Getting emotional out here.
I mean, we're one step away from Cat
Feels
Stevens.
Like the
one step away from
last
Cat
10
Stevens
minutes
at this
of
point.
prom. I love me some Cat Stevens.
If he plays Cats in the Cradle, I'm leaving. I'm leaving if he plays Cats in the Cradle. Can't do it.
Perez trying to run it down. That's not Cat Stevens on Cat in the Cradle, is it? I used to know.
Sorry,
this.
Is it Yusuf Islam or whatever his name is now? I apologize to Cat Stevens for misnaming him. My bad.
That was the second name of Cat Stevens' life as that goes downfield. That was Harry Chapin or Chapin, if Google is correct. Cat in the Cradle, but Cat's in the Cradle. No need to bring a tear to Matt's eye.
Pretty sure he did a version of it.
Cover?
Yeah, I think he did. Or I just have that connection in my brain for no apparent reason.
Felipe at 11-11. Down low Sanchez has Brendan Austin up top.
Have I told you lately that I love you? Just an interesting decision by DJ Prue.
Blocked by Howell, and they give him the shout-out down there on the PA. Jeff Stalhood has been with us on PA as well.
Giving DJ Prue the shout-out after the weirdest musical choice of his career is a deep cut move. I like it.
Aguillon off the board for Crane. Never arrived cleanly. Felipe over the top on the drop back from Sanchez. Brendan Austin half volleys it up over the glass. 10:44 now. Score unchanged from where we started in this fourth.
I was wondering if DJ Prue was taking requests and maybe that's how that song got in there. I was going to yell
if
one
he's
down.
listening right now, I'm in the mood for a little Hot to Go by Chapel Roan.
I would
if you're
I would
taking
be okay
requests.
with that. I would be okay with that.
That's skillfully done by Gutierrez. Feeds a friend in the corner. Hollowell airmails it.
I was going to toss out an ABBA reference.
You say ABBA reference?
I said ABBA.
ABBA.
Yeah, not ABBA.
Dancing Queen?
Yeah, of course Dancing Queen. Obviously Dancing Queen.
Simple
Joey,
man from Missouri here. I thought it was ABBA, not
You know what?
ABBA.
I always did too, but I met some Swedish folks, and they very quickly corrected me. It's ABBA.
This is becoming a good city for Swedish soccer, isn't it?
It's becoming a good city for a lot of Swedish things. Look at the Blues with the new up-and-coming GM and a couple forwards as well.
What Alex Steen is
Alex Steen, the up-and-coming
Swedish.
GM. You got Oscar Sundqvist on the roster. Like you said, a lot of Swedish soccer players taking the city
after
over.
It's settled to him by Alberto. Nice job by Clark to disrupt. Buy a little time. Gets swished back to Mervin. His pass picked off. Alberto through the middle at Gutierrez. Touched it with the cuticle. Torricelli able to clear. going to the top of the bowl.
Great clearance there by Torricelli.
10:05. Plenty of water still on the time dolphin. Muskegon making this very interesting. Fikret Hasovic, one of their goal scorers, against 3 on the wall for the ambush. Fikret eases it off. A shot! Big save from Casillas. Flares the gloves out on a diving effort. Sends it out of play. Spectacular stuff.
Yamari Casillas has been huge for the ambush too here in the second half. He has been great for them between the pipes, getting some big saves.
Keeps us from getting Taylor pilled again. Pill the one to fire the shot. Now in the corner, Gutierrez, give back, Pill. Not sure what he wanted to do with that one. Ends up chopping it up off the head of Utley. Muskegon catches a break. Get a corner from the opposite side.
I definitely had heard that green pilled was a different thing, but apparently we're finding a new definition tonight.
Green pilled?
Yeah. That's when number 14 does this.
That one's
God, that would have worked perfectly.
Hit hard and gets blocked, but I think they're going to do the corner again. Peru is playing the hopped up the plane at LAX with a dream in my cardigan.
I didn't think with 2 games we'd get to hear this song twice, but I guess we're just so lucky.
Sure, twice in one day. Look to my right and I see the Hollywood sign. This is all so crazy. Everybody seems so famous. Torricelli.
Ooh, a little pass here for Mervin.
Mervin back.
Whoa, Sizdik just not hard enough there. He had Tristan Austin just sitting there.
They've missed him a couple of times. So I throw my hands up to playing my song. Butterflies fly away. Not in my head like, yeah. Perez.
One more pass.
Paredes.
You gotta go with one more pass, Nico.
Came sliding out.
Joey, there's just nothing that bothers me more than when watching soccer than an attacking player like that simply not going for the extra pass.
Oh, I agree.
Why would
with
you ever give the goaltender the easy out of having to defend one player when there's a second player right there? And Lofgren does a good job. He stays big in front of the man where the body is, because he's saying, if you're not smart enough to pass it, I'm smart enough to get a save. And so Lofgren does a good job, commits to one spot and says, I pick a decision, I make the decision. But the thing is, when the goalie makes the decision, you are now at the advantage as an attacker. So as soon as Lofgren bodies up to the spot, you have to be ready to pass that one off there. Nothing worse in this game than an attacker who isn't willing to make the extra pass in those situations, or else the ambush are sitting 8-4, and they're walking away with this one almost a guaranteed victory.
Not in my head like yeah, moving my hips like yeah.
How do you move your hips like no?
Probably like I'm doing right now.
Yeah,
honestly.
that's a no. We're going to go with
in the opinion
no.
of a lot of fans.
I definitely didn't think you'd
I'm
be able
a great dancer with 90% of my body. I always forget to move my feet, though.
If you can, okay.
If there was a way of being a great dancer where you just planted on the floor, Perez whistled for a foul at 8:04 remaining.
Joey, I'm just going to do a little math here. You can't be 90% of a good dancer if you're making the mistake that every bad dancer makes, which is not moving your feet. So unfortunately, I'm just going to have to jump out in front of you. You are not 90% a good dancer.
That's like they say. It's you got to hit 40% of the notes to
you're not
perform at
moving
Grand
your
Ole
feet,
Opry, right?
If you're not moving your feet, you're not breaking the 40% mark.
Not in my head like yeah.
You should be.
Moving my hips like yeah.
8:04 left to play. The ambush
Official
trying to protect
timeout.
a 7-4 3-goal lead here as we move into the final half of this final frame.
And, you know, I wonder at what point these coaches, obviously on the green side with Bugart, at what point is he going to send out that extra attacker? I know that it's still a ways to go, but down by 3, and you have the advantage on the offensive end.
Well, here's the thing. I actually like the idea of early on going to the extra attacker when you're down 3. You use it at a time where the other team's not ready for it. You jump back, you grab that 5th goal. Now it's a 2-goal game again, and you're sitting there with 6.5, 7, 5.5 minutes left instead of still trying to chip away at that 3-goal deficit with 8 minutes left to play. I kind of like it. It's kind of like the onside kick to open the second half in football. The other coach isn't expecting it. And I think it's one way to jump things and change things. And really, if you look at how the Muskegon Risers have scored in today's game, it hasn't been a consistent buildup where they've had the ambush pushed back and they've kept punching away. It's been counterattacked. It's been random long shots where they've got the right bounce. this has been a kind of a game where the Risers, you just have to do different things. You have to scrape along to win, and you got to try things to try to get a win. One of those things, like you're saying, early on in the fourth quarter, go to your extra attacker and try to keep the ambush sleeping.
8:04 left in the fourth. Ambush 2 back at home January 5th. The MASL side is back here a lot sooner than that on Friday at 7:05 against the Dallas Sidekicks. We'll have Santa in the house, and it's Wear Your Ugliest Sweater night at Family Arena. Make sure you're with us for a live broadcast on MASL TV as Matt Rocchio tries to do what many have said is impossible, find something ugly in his wardrobe.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just not going to be able to do it, Joey. I'm sorry. I'm torn up on this one.
Well, you could always take a regular sweater and just spill eggnog all over it. That's
and waste eggnog?
An ugly sweater, right? Smelly sweater as well after a while when the
waste
eggs
eggnog?
go bad.
Waste eggnog? Jeez, Joey.
You drink eggnog?
No, not at all. It's terrible.
It always reminds me, every time somebody says I drink eggnog, I say, oh, then you must consider applesauce to be a beverage as well. Same thickness.
I gotta throw out, like, today I learned, it wasn't today, I was like 25 when I learned this. I had no idea, like, growing up, when you were a kid, did you know eggnog had alcohol in it?
Well, I mean,
I feel like that was hidden from us.
Well, sure, because your parents buy you the alcohol-free eggnog, hopefully. Hot laser, Casillas catches it. Good work to come out of the restart.
Next thing you're going to tell me people are out here selling the rum and Coke without the rum. What the hell are you people doing out here? That doesn't make any sense, Joey.
I wasn't a big eggnog family. We were not a nog family. And now it looks like there's a timeout coming once again. Ambush and Muskegon Risers will pause, 7:53. And this is actually the official timeout. One of the benches called the previous one, so we get a little extra time to talk about holiday plans. Matt, you got one wish for Christmas. What would it be?
The Ambush to go undefeated the rest of the season.
Ooh, that's good. Sidekicks on the 20th, and we go to KC on the 28th. We're back home on the 31st on the MASL side. Can we do it?
What would you go with?
I was going to say a 7-goal game from Frank Tayu. The King scored his first goal at home for the Ambush this year, a little bit earlier this afternoon. I'm a big fan, and I'm hoping that he can really break out. If he does, then I think the team does as well.
Well, 7-goal game by Frank Tayu. Do you think the Ambush could win that game?
Well, that is a question. We've given up, 8, 8, and 7 so far. So the defense is going to have to find a way to clog things up a little bit better. But I thought they did a better job this time of getting Frank into some open spaces and getting him some looks, whereas versus Kansas City in late November, I mean, he just didn't really have a chance to get his shots off.
You're right about that. I do think now is a good time to tell everybody about the shot that Joey Zanaboni took at Milwaukee Wave head coach Giuliano Oliviero earlier today when Joey asked him what he wanted for Christmas, and
sure.
Giuliano said he wanted a healthy roster. Obviously, they're dealing with some injuries and with an absence from Ricardo Calvallo earlier today. You then hit him with the chastising comment, most people would ask for world peace.
Well, close. I said most people ask for world peace.
And most people ask for world peace. He did not. He wanted a clean injury report for his team,
right.
And you decided to knock him down a peg for that one.
Well,
and you're over here. You're over here wanting a 7-goal game for Frank Tayu. At least he wanted something for a whole roster, Joey. At least he wanted something for a whole roster. Jeez.
We know they're listening up there in
the selfishness.
Menominee, Wisconsin, Menominee Falls, Wisconsin. That's where Giuliano made his home for a long time.
I bet that guy knows how to work a jet ski.
We're talking about counties up there in Wisconsin. We're not quite as good down here at pronouncing some of those names.
No, we kind of cap out at Chippewa.
Street that factored huge into our childhood. Casillas in the back. Halfway through the fourth quarter, still nothing decided. Easy catch from distance for Lofgren. Crawford.
Got to give some credit to Lofgren, by the way. Only 1 goal allowed here in the second half for the secondary goalkeeper for the Muskegon Risers. Austin Salazar did take a brunt from a much more active Ambush 2 offense, I will say, in the first half. But nonetheless, Jake Lofgren has looked solid with just 1 goal allowed.
Loss sluices one up the board. Tristan gets a steal against Vicret. Hasovic Ended up doing a little bit of pulling there. Ambush are going to take the opportunity to switch before the restart. Hasevic's foul sets us up just outside the gold line. 7:02, 6-1 at half. Now 7-4 after Muskegon won the third quarter. Casillas. Dancer swishes cross. Utley, good shake and bake with the right foot, blocked by a defender in front. Crawford goes down, and Clark recycles it back through Dancer.
Right as I say that, Lofgren almost gets beaten. Needs his defender to save that one off the line.
That's one announcer's jinx I wouldn't mind.
I've been dealing them out today like candy, Joey.
Off the wall, Mervin into the back of Crawford.
I think I hit 4 jinxes today during the ambush game alone.
Clark, easy enough for Lofgren.
I think
at one point I had one as well, something about them not scoring, and then Sanchez from Milwaukee scored right away.
Yeah, I've tripped over myself quite a bit on the jinx today.
Rados.
But hey, if I don't believe in momentum, why do you think I'm going to start believing in jinxes?
Well, in the business, as we call it, right? Picking bouquets of whoopsie daisies.
What's a whoopsie daisy?
All of our florists will know. My florist was running a special on whoopsie daisies. Mervin. Rados. Turning, locked up. Spills Howard on the way out. Rados can't believe it. 5:51, restart Muskegon.
And Jonah Dancer doing as a good teammate will do in those moments, shoving his teammate out of the way so that he doesn't say something to a referee that'll get him in trouble.
For this game or the next, check out m2soccer.com for the full schedule for both teams. Sizik brings it down. Header by Gutierrez, lip of the circle. Torricelli lofts it back in that direction.
Oh, Rodas won that one in a beautiful volley here to Perez.
Louis slide tackle down. Loss came in a little late, and Louis is right in his grill. Louis
yeah, you knew it was
lost.
the referee couldn't get there fast enough, Joey. And Louis Perez, you know what? Louis got a reason to be mad at that tackle from Cody Loss. There's no doubt about it. Cody Loss is going to go in there, completely submarine him. And if Louis Perez doesn't jump, Cody Glass is getting a hard card, and he's sitting on the bench for 2 minutes. But Louis Perez jumps. The problem with Louis Perez is you can't stand over the guy and talk down at him even though he was the one who committed the foul. That's still going to be looked down upon. It's still going to be a no-no. It still could potentially get you into some trouble yourself. And then, of course, once the thing continues up and everyone's talking and yelling, you can't be pushing guys like that. Again, you understand where Louis Perez is coming from. That was a risky, dangerous, not smart tackle from Cody Loss, but Louis got to handle that a little better.
Another team timeout. Each team has used the timeouts in this fourth quarter. 5:26 to go. Ambush leads still at 7-4. We have not scored since about the first 10 seconds of the second half when Tristan Austin slotted one home off of a restart. A little slowdown for Corey's offense on the backside of this game. Good test against a reformed Muskegon team that's shown some grit.
Speaking of covers, Joey, DJ Prue getting us back in with a cover of Michael Jackson. Oh, this is the original Michael Jackson, I should say.
This is a cover
of
the Alien
Ant Farm, right?
Alien Ant Farm, baby.
Alien Ant Farm cover of Michael Jackson.
Yes.
okay.
Smooth Criminal.
Smooth Criminal.
Alien Ant Farm.
As a kid, speaking of things I learned, I think I might have heard this one before I actually heard the Michael Jackson version.
We're a product of our times, right?
Alien Ant Farm, Smooth Criminal was an absolute just banger when it came out, Joey. And at that point, I hadn't become the student of the 70s and 80s musical scene that I am today.
Studios. Sizik restarts in the corner. Tap back out. Caritas had that partially blocked on the way in. Muskegon all too happy to evacuate it. Chased down by Mervin in front of the ambush bench. And Caritas kicks it over to Dancer. Howell was trying to move him. Launch downfield, just over Tristan's head. Austin off the window. Mervin came flying through. Had it blocked by Lofgren partially. Now the second chance by Sizik. Doesn't get its way through the thicket.
And Joey, I don't think I've been disabused of what I believed last time I saw an M2 game, which is that Amon Mervin is an M1 player. There's
Good
no
player.
doubt in my mind, you watch 33 in a pink jersey flying around this game today, Amon Mervin is an M1 level player.
Howell with Crane running forward. Crane, top of the arc, off the corner board. Didn't quite get the angle he wanted. Howell wins it back against Mervin. Caritas wants to poke it away. Caritas goes to the floor, gets whistled. 4:25, restart Muskegon, deep on the Ambush side. Ambush leads 7-4.
Yeah, if you're Caritas on that one, yeah, you might not have gone dirty on the tackle. You might not have got your feet tangled up in his feet, but you hip dropped him a little bit there. You just kind of dropped your weight in an area that he was near, and you brought him down with you. Not the active foul that other ones have been called, but that's the definition of kind of a passive tackle from Nico Caritas.
Into the 7 o'clock hour in the St. Louis area. We started this doubleheader at 2 against Milwaukee. Serve through on the ground, but does not find its way to a green boot. Ambush do a good job to fire poker it away on the service by Howard. It's a sixth attacker out there now. Muskegon going 6-on-5. Kwame in the corner.
Moses Crawford, the man who's been really the Regista-style playmaker this entire time, deep back for Muskegon, and he's the one in the extra jersey. So instead of the Ambush who went with their extra jersey to get their attacker, Muskegon's going the other way. They're getting an extra defender who can, again, as long as he's in the box, he can use his hands if he has the extra jersey. As long as you're in the box.
Paddle-balled it away, and then Tristan Austin got dropped around the gold line. They'll send Lofgren back as Crawford, who's wearing that number 36 long-sleeve red jersey, goes back to the bench.
So he's been staying back as a playmaker and a passer the entire game. And so they're saying our extra man is going to be our passer, and then we're going to play 5 forward. Whereas the Ambush, again, they said our best attacker is getting that jersey in Will Eske.
Tristan Austin returning the favor to Sizik. He sizzles that through the box, but goes nowhere. Gutierrez
that was his chest.
wanting to escort it out. Clark got in the way, stepped on him.
I think they called him for. I think they might have called him for a handball there because the ball was close to his hand and they called the whistle and Clark was pointing to his chest like I chested that one, and I think he did.
And Torricelli will pick the ball up as the Ambusher whistled again. Restart midfield. 3:30. Muskegon, they need 3. This is the same score as we had at the start of this fourth quarter. Nobody able to break through yet. Still 6-on-5. Tristan Austin wears one. Now backtracking is Crawford. Gets back enough to block the attempt from Austin. Rescued by Sizik. He gets dropped. Aguillon, pardon, that's actually lost. Shrugging his shoulders, looking to the sky. Another foul on the risers. 3:13. Lofgren getting his cardio. He's back between the pipes.
Little disappointing that Tristan couldn't get that one skipped across to Luis Perez, who was wide open and had essentially an open net other than Crawford right in front of him. So again, could have played as goalie.
Circles it. Oh! From the corner. Utley chapsticks the bar and drops it on into the bookshelf. What a shot from Utley. And it looks like the Ambush 2 have iced this result.
Mike Utley with one of the prettiest goals you'll ever see from the right wing with his left foot. Swings that one into the near post. Upper 90 is where the ball actually entered in. That might even be of a crazier no-look or no-angle goal than the one we saw in the M1 game by Breno Oliveira of the Milwaukee Wave. That is an insane goal from Mike Utley. That's got to be tops in his personal highlight package. What an incredible goal.
Stupendous and right at the right moment.
Yeah, the Ambush needed that one. They've almost put this one away. 8-4 now, 3 minutes left to play. And with the way the defense has been playing, even against a 6-man riser squad, it looks like they're walking away 1-0 to start this season.
Zidek gets the assist. Zidek to Utley. What a great job by this Ambush 2 team. Only 2 goals in the second half, but overall the performance very strong. Zidek, excellent game. Utley, excellent finish. Now a takeaway with Crawford way out. Zidek, will this go? Just a little wide off the Ambush side.
Good job there by Josh Zidek. Stepped in front of the ball, got the turnover, and then almost buried the goal with the long kick as well. Gets a block there too. Josh Zidek really has been a ever-present effort player for the Ambush 2 tonight.
getting in on the action on the tackle on the board. Great effort, and ends up corkscrewed down to the turf. Gets the high five from Clark. Josh Zidek, one of the key members of this Ambush 2 team. You can tell he really plays hard. 8-4 our score, 2:07 left in the fourth. We want to shout out our entire crew here at the Family Arena. Thanks for a great day doubleheader. Ambush and Wave, Ambush 2 and Risers. Been a ton of fun. Shout out DJ Prue, Jeff Stahl, who down there in the PA and DJ booth. It's been a lot of fun listening today, guys. And thank you to all the fans who were with us on MASL TV and right here in the Ambush YouTube page. $1.40.
Extra attacker back on for the Risers. They will try to put a dent in this one for cosmetic sake. And the Austin brothers love those back heels.
Creative players. Real stripped by Perez.
Speaking
Louis
of a
wants
family
another.
of soccer players.
Exclamation points.
And Louis will get to do some handshakes down the line as the Ambush 2 will tack up a 9th goal in this game. Louis Perez, a nice little steal. He's going the other way, and he just loops that one past Moses Crawford in the extra jersey. And now the Ambush can definitely walk away with this one, opening up their season with a 9-4 victory. And again, a team that went 4 wins last year already right out of the gate, closing in on 25% of that total. And it was the leading scorer from last year, Louis Perez, getting on the board for the Ambush.
The Missouri Baptist University alum gets the brace. 69 seconds left. Ambush have moved to 1-0 on the M2 season when the clock hits triple zeros. Great job. Louis is going to be a huge part of this going forward. Ambush program, lucky to have him, and you hit the nail on the head. Great soccer family that has entertained for years. Pattonville High School, Missouri Baptist, St. Louis City, St. Louis Ambush. So many great memories.
We had 3 different soccer families that we saw represented today. 2 of them, two of those families were represented entirely on the court, on the field themselves. We had the Steinwashers.
That's right, Javi and Alex.
We have the Austins, and then we get brother of another St. Louis player, Miguel Perez, and Louis Perez, and Miguel Perez and Louis Perez, and I love the fact that we have brothers playing all across this league, and I love the fact that soccer, in a lot of ways, just throughout the history of the sport, really is a family sport, almost more so than any other sport, maybe than hockey.
That's why we played in the Family Arena, right?
Oh, wow, how about that?
Make sure you're with us again January 5th for an Ambush 2 game at the Family Arena. There's a yellow card being shown. Torricelli doing some jawing. We're back on Friday, MASL action, Ambush sidekicks, Santa in the house with us, Family Arena, 7 o'clock on Friday. Ambush 2, their next game overall, home or road, is on the road in Wisconsin at Greenheck Turner Community Center against the Wisconsin Conquerors. Stay on the road. After that game on December 21st, on December 22nd, Minnesota Blizzard hosts the Ambush 2 up there at Warner Coliseum before they come back against the Muskegon Risers. Teams meet again in Iowa on December 28th. Ambush are back at home again. Ambush 2 are on January the 5th. The Risers, meanwhile, on the 21st, they are going to be taking on that Blizzard side over in the land of a trillion lakes,
Ambush.
Minnesota. Torricelli's in the box.
Not playing with a man down despite Torricelli in the box. And Torricelli, I didn't need to point out.
Yellow card, yeah.
Well, not just a yellow card. He got an extra talking to after the yellow card, Joey, because he was still jawing from the box, and the official came over and pretty much told him, if you don't stop talking, you can leave the field of play, because Torricelli was still in the box and was still letting his opinions be well known to the officials. Again, I like the fire in a 48 seconds left in the game. You still care that much with a 5-goal lead, but at the same time, getting yourself to a point where the official is recommending you being expelled from the game while you're leading 5 because you can't stop jawing, that's when you need to know your spot and kind of pick your moment.
Ooh, Louis Perez looking for a hat trick, stifled by Real with about 20 seconds left. Muskegon, last gasp. Casillas, nice job. Looks like a handball there on the wall by Gutierrez, unwhistled. Tristan Austin, he wants that hat trick. Run down by Hasovich, who drops him, and there's another card. This is the Avatar card.
Yeah,
Planet Pandora. We get the blue with 6.8 left on the clock.
Credit to the officials here who are just doing their job at this point, just tamping down the excitement of this game, getting the players who are making these fouls off the field, away from the action, so we can get a last clean 6.8 seconds here.
Yeah,
everyone gets to go home happy.
And with kind of the chippiness, you wonder if the ambush will try for another goal or just run it out. It
Probably
goes back to Dancer.
Probably
and
not the best
Dancer
idea.
will squeegee the last of the water off the time dolphin.
Probably a good way to finish things out.
That's all she wrote for the M2 action at the Family Arena. 9-4 ambush win it over the Muskegon Risers. Thanks again to all of our crew. For my partner, Matt Rocchio, I'm Joey Zanaboni saying it's an ambush to winner on the St. Louis Ambush YouTube page.
What a great game for the Ambush. What a way to start off this season. Again, 9-4 victory. Only 4 victories last year. Just so big to get this first one out of the gate right now. And really, they looked fantastic. Credit to Corey Adamson. First year as the head coach for the MASL2. He came back to St. Louis last year. We didn't get to call much of his actual soccer time on the carpet, but now we're getting to see him put together this team off the field with the St. Louis Ambush 2. And I tell you what, Abramson in this group, really young group, really talented, really got some future to him. And how about this at the very end? Niall Torricelli talking it over with some Muskegon Risers trying to clear the air.
Yeah, congrats to Corey Adamson on his first win as the Ambush 2 coach. Congrats to all the guys on opening the M2 season with a victory. We'll have another M2 game on January 5th. Make sure you're with us December 20th. That's Friday for MASL action on MASL TV, Ambush, and the Dallas Sidekicks. Until then, for our great crew and for my partner, Matt Rocchio, I'm Joey Zanaboni signing off from the Family Arena in St. Charles, Missouri. This has been St. Louis Ambush 2 Soccer on the St. Louis Ambush YouTube page. Let's go, St. Louis Ambush.